Aussie.
Alrighty, pulling up a chair. Starting slightly late. Wearing a caftan. Okay. Here we go. Who's here? Hello, Archie Monty, who was here an hour ago, and Megalich, and nobody. G'day. Skirmish. Hello. What's that? It's Saturday night, man. I'm having to remind myself what day it is so often. I blame COVID and lockdowns because time no longer means anything. Pour myself a drink. Give it a little stir. Big old ice cube cracking because the room temperature drink I poured on it. Gecko, hello. How you going, man? Oh, nice. Nobody giving us the mental image of having just stepped out of the shower. Well, I'll give you the mental image. I'm wearing my caftan because it was a hot day. I didn't want to go anywhere. And I'm actually wearing casual pants under it now. But I wasn't all day. I just spent the whole day free balling. So I just thought I shouldn't do that on a stream in case of an accidental reveal. Ah, Megalich, you found a way to make the Optifree soups. Now, are you using Optifree or Optifast? Because broadly, the Optifast products are better than the Optifree products. I'm just throwing it out there because they've done comparisons. Nobody clean on the outside. Nice. Gecko, 3 a.m. Saturday. You pulling an all-nighter, man? Is this insomnia or work? Man, that's actually pretty good. I said that last time on this. Very, again, for something that's sort of pale yellow, it tastes very much like chocolate. That's because it's got brown creme de cacao in it, which are then clarified, so most of the color is taken out. But, oh my God, there was so much stuff in that. There was so much stuff. There was actually like 3 or 4 different cocktails I threw together, which often doesn't work. But this one did. Very chocolatey. So Gecko, you slept from about time you got home to work around 5 p.m., 9 or 10 p.m. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so Megaleech, what's your way to make this soups palatable? Because I never really got into it. I just believed Mrs. Angry that they were kind of gross. And she makes soup crackers with them, which I think are quite good. Although we haven't had them for a little while. They're a little bit fiddly to make. Turn it into a paste and then spread it really thin over a sheet of baking paper and then bake it slowly. And so you then get this layer of cracker that you cut up and your little crackers. It's pretty good. Oh yes, nobody. I'm clear. It's clean on the outside. Dirty minds stay dirty. Okay, so I am going to be making cocktails tonight. Cocktail videos, as it were. But not like for like an hour, because it'll take that long to be dark. And hello, Toby on Facebook. It's like so bright out there. Just yeah, I just don't think the video looks as good when there's bright light behind me. Although I'm going to go over there, and in the light, you'll get to see my caftan. I'm going to bring these lights down on the off chance I can get them to work. Where's my phone? My phone's here. Okay, so I'm just going over here. I'm going to close this door because it had it to let fresh air in. So, okay, so take these down and these down. Oh, look, there's something wrong with the wiring. That's what's wrong. It's not the app. The wiring's fucked because I just jiggled it then. And you saw they came on for a second. Come on. Come on, you bastards. No? That was it? That was it? No? Bastards. No, I'm not going to do that yet. All right. Fuck you, lights. Fuck you. Ah, I'll pull it over here before I forget. All right. Fuck you, lights. That's my old phone. Anyone want an iPhone 10? Oh, hey, Chris. How's it going? So, yes, you probably got a view of my caftan while I was doing it. Yes, nobody. There's a reason for it being brighter here than in Queensland. Got to do with our latitudes and whatnot. Longitudes. All that shit. Okay, so Mega Leech's recipe. Add a dollop of Maggi oyster sauce, splash of soy sauce, add a pinch of salt and pepper to taste, teaspoon of chili-infused olive oil, which I almost definitely wouldn't do because I don't like chili, and then add steamed veggies. Okay. That's a Mega Leech's recipe to make the Optifast soup actually taste good. Add a bunch of stuff to it. Which makes sense because it's pretty ordinary on its own. Gecko, it's probably the battery unit in the corner. It was just unplugged. That's, Gecko, that's for a completely different thing. There are actually two sets of lights there. And the thing you can see is for a different set of lights, which still works. But it's definitely something with the wiring on that. Like I don't know, they didn't like me bunching them up and getting them out of the way, which is bullshit. The other ones have survived that for months. Yeah, Chris, maybe post-Christmas, like fairy lights will be really cheap and I'm going to get some more fairy lights. But I am well pissed off with these ones that I bought recently and like worked once or twice and then fucked off. I'm really annoyed. Gecko, all we've got left on your shelf is half a bottle of Starwood. Well, you know, there are worse things in the world to have. I'm down to my last 100 bottles. I need to fucking stop buying things. I need to empty a bunch of those before I buy anything else. So I intend to make at least 3 cocktail videos tonight and not start for anything. I want to drink something in the meantime. I am going to have to pace myself or I will be completely Tim Smithed. Well and truly arseholed. Oh. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to go past 10 o'clock because it's Saturday night. I have to be up early. But I'm not going to go super late. I don't know, 11, maybe 12, depending on, the vibe. The vibe. So, Gecko, you didn't stop at the store in the last 2 weeks, polished off a bottle of tequila. If I only had one bottle or something, I would probably knock it off in 2 weeks. That's why I get all these bottles. So I just drink a little bit out of many different bottles. And so the bottles hang around for ages. Thoroughly enjoying this clarified chocolate cocktail, though. It's good. It's a good taste. So I'm going to stick with that and keep on going. I've been making this. I actually wrote little scripts to myself. Oh, wait. What am I doing here? What are we doing? Okay. Yes, I actually wrote scripts and emailed them to myself so I could bring them up on screen. Oh, what it is? Best podcasts on Audible. I don't need more podcasts. I don't have enough spare time to get into any more. Oh, T-Fury do pins. They're cute. What's Dan's trying to get me to buy? I don't think Dan Murphy's understands specials. We got this, an online offer. Liquor 43, regular price, $45.90. And I am not fucking joking. In bright letters, they have online offer, $45.85. 5 cents off. They think that's a special. It's ridiculous. Ooh, here's an even better one. I think this is a typo. They got Starward twofold saying as a member offer of $69. Nice. But then they say non-members, $66.95, which is less. I think that's a typo. I think it's different. Although if I didn't have a lot of it, Stiggins Fancy Pineapple Rum, $10 off. That's pretty good. Talisker 10-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey, $20 off. But that's been $20 off. They must have a lot of it or something. I've got that. I bought that a couple of weeks ago. Starwood's $50 there. Okay. Yeah, it's well, of course, our exchange rates are very different. But yeah. No, Gecko. Going through 375 mils of Patron in one night doesn't seem like a good idea. So nobody, if I'm writing scripts, emailing it yourself, you just write the script in Google Docs. It's already on the cloud. I could, if I was smart. Abigail, what am I wearing? I'm wearing a caftan. It's a caftan kind of day. So I look like a cult leader at the moment. I think it's fair to say. Yes, okay. I thought that stupid Starwood thing, it's 59, not 69, so it's a little bit of a discount. But I don't really need any. I have a lot of whiskies, including a lot of Starwoods. Not twofold, but I have a lot of other ones. Okay. Yes, I'm going to do what I'm calling a winter Manhattan, a Christmas Cheery, and a Woodson and Ford. I've got to make them all I have decided I'm going to make them all Drunken FPV. Hello, how you doing? Well, Gekko, I actually bought this caftan last summer from all the flamboyant shirts I wear. This was on the site too, and I thought, oh, that looks like fun, a caftan. I'm getting that as part of this order, and then I went to try it on one day, and I was too fat for it. But that was last summer, and I've lost 20 kilos since last summer, so I'm just fat enough for it now. Thing. So. Yes, I've just spent the day wandering around freeball and looking like a cult leader. I could start a cult. That'd be easy. Cocktail cult. Everyone's going to join my cult if they get free cocktails, I think. You just got to offer people something and they'll join your cult. In my case, cocktails, probably. Enlightenment through cocktails. I know I feel great insights on occasion when I drink multiple cocktails. Drunken, you think I'm in danger from colorblind lions? Might think I'm a zebra. Yeah, well, I guess you're never completely safe. I mean, there's a very low chance of me being attacked by a lion, but you can never really say it's a 0%. You know, a circus could be traveling past and crash and the lion could get out. Again, probably not. Very unlikely, but you can't say it would definitely never happen. Gecko, oh, stay away from serving Kool-Aid. Yeah, no, I'm not Jim Jones. I don't want to kill my followers. I want to, take all my followers' money. That's what classy cult leaders do. Maybe keep people prisoners on boats. Like David Miscavige, L. Ron Hubbard stuff. That type of thing. It's just kind of like L. Ron Hubbard's grift was so bold and so obvious and just worked ridiculously well for such an obvious grift. And he just fucking went for it. Got people to do nuts things and they went along with it. And it's just like, okay, yes, cults are evil and manipulate people and whatnot. But sometimes I feel like when someone falls for something that's so absurdly over the top, it's just like, I don't know, maybe they were just always going to do something dumb. Just thinking I might do a short video, but the YouTube shorts in this caftan just to weird people out, just to throw them a curveball. Had an idea for a sort of creamy eggnog cocktail. I think I could maybe do as a short. So I didn't understand this name. It's called a Parisian Blonde, and I can't understand why it's called that because it's Jamaican rum, orange curacao, and cream. I was thinking of instead of cream because I don't hate cocktails with cream in them, but also just because it's Christmas. I was thinking of instead of cream doing some eggnog. Jamaican rum, orange curacao, and eggnog. That actually sounds really fucking good. Call it a Christmas Parisian Blonde. It's pretty simple. 1 ounce rum, 1 ounce orange curacao, 1 ounce heavy cream. Drunken FPV has a funny story. I like funny stories. It's Saturday in summer. Had friends around. Slow cooking steak. Flies hanging around. Thought you'd show off and grab your air rifle and started shooting flies. Whoops. A round went through the wall, into the pantry cupboard, into the only liquid box. 1 liter of stock flooded the cupboard. Boys thought it was hilarious, but the girlfriend was not impressed. Yeah, randomly firing an air rifle around. Yeah, not great. I have where is it? It's around somewhere. My salt gun, which is specifically for shooting flies, and specifically cannot shoot through walls because all it's doing is a spray of salt, which is enough to take down a fly most times. And there's so few flies have got into the house since I've had it. It's been very disappointing. Archie Monty saying happy anniversary to Shadow. Yes, 11 years of Shadow in the angry household. And she was a kiddie when we got her. Whereas Mimsy was a young adult when we got her. She was probably over a year old. She'd already had a litter of kittens. And we've had her for bloody, I don't know, 16 years. So Mimsy's probably 17 or maybe even 18. Drunken FPV found your slingshot. Oh my god. But that's dangerous. That's potentially fatal. Ball bearings fired out of a slingshot, depending how strong the rubber on the slingshot is. There were these ones that I remember my dad actually bought one of them, and they got made illegal really soon after. It was this slingshot, and it had like spear gun rubber in it, so you could really do it. And there was this arm brace. It was like really strong steel slingshot and an arm brace, this bit of metal that came up and rested on your forearm. So it was like a lever, so you could really fucking pull back with this rubber and get some real force. And yeah, then the authorities realized, oh no, those will straight up kill someone. Archie, I don't think I've had a Canadian rum. I have a few international rums and I have a few Australian rums. Don't think I've ever seen a Canadian rum on sale here. Says you're drunk in FPV. You probably need to stop admitting that you imported slingshots that are probably illegal in Australia. We'll keep it on the down low. Hello, officers watching this, because keywords that you monitor suddenly came up in your global surveillance operation. We were talking about in Minecraft. Gecko, Crown Royal's a whiskey. I do see Canadian whiskies in shops. Oh, sorry, Drunken, you're in New Zealand. I'm sure it's bloody illegal in New Zealand. Actually, I don't know. I have no idea what the laws are like in New Zealand. But absolutely would be illegal in Australia. I feel quite confident. But yes, no, the Canadian rum, not a renowned category. Canadian whiskies, very well known. I'm trying to get my caftan to. Well, should I go the whole way? Now, I think if I do up the top button, I'm starting to really look like a cult figure. This idea has got into my head, and I'm probably going to do it. Just a short video, just to weird people out. Like, what the fuck is he wearing? So Drunken FPV. So you can get an air rifle if you have a driver's license in New Zealand. Slingshot you can import if it's rubber powered. Yeah, not so much here. I know there's much more hunting in New Zealand than Australia. Not least because of the dumb imported animals that the English and Australians are responsible for, the rabbits and the possums and the foxes and the stoats, because there's no mammals native to New Zealand, and these introduced species wreak havoc on the bird life. Rabbits in particular are totally out of control in, well, they were when I was last in New Zealand, and the Australian brush-tailed possum is a fairly troublesome pest. And of course, foxes and stoats are predators, so they're bad. Drunken FPV took out 28 magpies. Oh dear. I'm going to get there. I like magpies. Archie Monty, you've had sake a few times. I have had sake. I'm not into sake. I don't have any sake over there. It's bad to say I don't have anything Japanese. I don't have any. Japanese whiskey is a fairly big thing. I don't have any Japanese whiskey. I do actually have a Japanese yuzu. I was going to say the wrong word there. A liqueur, a yuzu, which is a citrus liqueur. So it's like an alternative to orange curacao, which I don't use that often. I should use it more often, just for variety. So Drunken, you live in an urban area. Kids couldn't play at the playground because of the magpies. No, okay. Oh dear. Yeah, well, again, I'm letting that go with no comment. Magpies are all friendly in my neighborhood. Come to my backyard and I feed them. One in particular is coming back a lot, but occasionally get a few. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's another Australian introduced thing. And yeah, everything changes to me as soon as something's an introduced destructive species, like the Indian myna birds that are around here. If I could fucking shoot them all, I would. I absolutely would. Very big supporter of the native animals. Introduce things new. So nobody. Best way to deal with magpies is hang around where they are in off season and feed them. They remember you. Yeah, everyone in the neighborhood here feeds the magpies. Oh, nice. Gecko, local sushi restaurant, has fruit flavored sake. Nice. Drunken, you took out 52 myna birds with your error rifle. I'm on your side with that. Yeah, nobody. The magpie families have different songs, and they are not just singing; they are communicating. Magpie song is a form of communication, and they can apparently count and communicate the numbers to each other. Very weird. That whole family of birds, was it the Corvidae? Magpie, ravens, crows, currawongs here in Australia. That whole family can be freakishly intelligent. Nobody, myna birds don't like gel blasters. No, I bet they don't. I don't have one of them though. Gecko, the YouTube keeps freezing. It might just be you. No one else has mentioned it, but who knows? Okay, Drunken, so the myna eat the nectar from the flax that the native tui eat. So that's bad. And again, they're a threat to native species here. So I'd definitely shoot them. But yeah, if the magpie is introduced there, then it's introduced. Once a species is introduced, I have no sort of emotional soft spot for introduced species. I'm not big on introduced feces. Although there's that whole surgical procedure of implanting feces in the colon to actually improve your gut health. That's a very weird thing. Poo transplants, essentially. Poo from a healthy person into an unhealthy person's gut. It's a real thing. Look it up. Poo transplants. So nobody, take a look at the CO2 powered Mach 11 gel blaster. You don't have one, but holy shit, the rate of fire is crazy. I feel like they're borderline illegal, but I don't know. Gecko, you have blackbirds called grackles. Yes, I've heard of them. Swarm the grocery stores by the thousands. Yeah, I've heard of them. And Dr. Abigail, I agree. It's reasonable to call the Liberal Party introduced feces. Not a fan. Yes, Drunken, it is a bit kinky. And honestly, the poo transplants sounds a bit weird. But it's real. It's a real medical procedure. All right. I feel like having... I'm going to drink some water. 8:30 already. Okay. I feel like having a martini. I refilled my freezer martini. For those who missed the stream last night, we did it from Nettie's place. Abigail and I were both at Nettie's place. Did have a fair bit to drink. I think I survived the stream fairly well. I don't know if anyone watching it has opinions on how wasted I got. But I think we finished at about 1 a.m. I crashed on Nettie's lounge. And then I woke up at like 6 and I went home, and then I slept for another 4 hours when I got home. Semiglitch, listening to a philosophy stream today. The poo transfer came up. You can get paid $30 a poop to donate, but you have to go through testing to be a candidate. Is my poo of sufficient quality to donate? That's a big question. Drunken FPV considered popping blackbirds, but can see they interfere with the native birds. I can't see them interfering. Correct if you're wrong. If you're going to that far, I need to get... Oh, no. Starlings and sparrows, yes. And, humans, probably. Drunken, that is an excellent idea, actually. Did I reach back and have vodka on tap? It's water, but it's just a little reservoir in the fridge. Man, maybe I should just make it martinis. Wow, that would be good for parties, actually. Fill up the water reservoir in the fridge with martinis and just have martinis on tap. That's an excellent idea. Can't believe I never thought of it. I'm just so innocent. I just thought of, water. Just have water on tap. And I'm being really responsible drinking water this early, but I do want to have a few drinks, and I don't want to lose consciousness too early. Anyway, is that Gecko Aidsy joined the stream? We did have a multi-stream, Angry Bunch happening at one point. And Aidsy was on the stream, but he wasn't with us in person. And thank you, Dr. Abigail, for telling us all there is a website called ratemypoo.com. Smiggly, oh wow! I definitely need to go and get my poo tested. If I have the correct biome, I can make a lot of money. Nice. Coconut Cleaver start culling a few humans, starting with the LNP. I can't, in good conscience, say do that, but I'm not speaking against the proposal. I mean, I don't mind joking about it, but it's only in the US. Oh, yeah, of course, you can sell your blood in the US. Of course, you can sell your poo as well. Of course, you can. Why not? Jesus. So is in Minnesota making money from poo. I know we talk about anything and everything, and I know I actually started this topic for no real reason, but I would not have predicted tonight's conversation would include poo transplants and rating your poo. But it's not the weirdest thing we've ever talked about. It's an actual real medical thing. No, it's not the weirdest thing we've ever talked about. And I'm sure we'll talk about weirder things down the line. Gecko, you're getting a thunderstorm rolling through. I think it's going to rain here tomorrow. What do I do with my fucking phone? It's here. I don't think it's a thunderstorm, but I think it's going to rain tomorrow. Tomorrow. Ooh, a decent amount of rain too. Chance of a thunderstorm with gusty winds in morning and early afternoon. Now maybe we are going to get a storm. Oh, and we've got a full moon as well. There you go. And we've got a very high UV index. And it's all mid-20s all week. Just kind of my sort of weather. I think this week might be my kind of weather. Mid-20s. It's my favorite kind of weather. So, DrugFV, talking a week or so about being burnt out, gave your resignation, noting you've been complaining about issues for 6 months. You get the point, resignation in mind, all issues should be resolved. So it wasn't a negative meeting. It came back, extended paid leave of 3 months and a pay rise while they sought issues. Oh, nice. I think that shows that you do good work and you articulated what your problems were very clearly. And it's great that they appear to have taken some responsibility for the problems that you identified. Michael on Facebook, you think Shadow will appear tonight just to spite me? She tends not to. But, maybe just because I said she won't. And Gecko, in terms of AIDSy being okay, kind of no, not even by AIDSy standards. Like he's got this terrible infection on his leg that won't go away, and he's probably going to require surgical intervention. He last had a consult on it about 2 weeks ago where he thought he was going to end up in hospital, and they went, nah, you don't need to go to hospital. I reckon we change the dressing, give you this new treatment, you'll be fine. And it hasn't gotten any better. So when he next fronts up to hospital, they will probably say, time for a hospital stay, we need a surgical intervention. But he doesn't want to be in hospital for Christmas and New Year's. So he's going to try and talk them into, you don't want me there over Christmas when everyone's on leave. How about I come back in the New Year and see you then? Which will probably work. Who knows? So Archie, where you are, it's -1 and cloudy. We had a very warm day today. I think it got to like low to mid 30s, and that's why I'm wearing the caftan. Been wearing this all day with no pants and just free balling because, like, yep, no, I slept in till like freaking lunchtime basically, and then just decided to wear the caftan because I could, and decided to not get dressed all day. So Dr. Abigail, Christmas, New Year's, the only times when hospital food's actually decent. Really? Yeah, I don't have that experience, so I don't know. Miguel Ishik, if he goes to Canberra instead of hospital, he may lose a leg. He might anyway. These things are somewhat beyond his control. I mean, if he's going to do what he's going to do, the hospital staff's got to do what they're going to do. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen? Drunken, are you the only one in chat? Who are all these people? Oh, sorry. Drunken FPV. I kind of forgot you're on Twitch. The majority of people who watch me are on YouTube. So I use a thing called StreamYard to multi-stream. So it restreams to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Most people watch me on YouTube. Do get some viewers on Twitch, not a huge number, and occasionally someone watches on Facebook. So yeah, it's just a thing. I kind of forgotten you were on Twitch. Took me by surprise, saying, "Well, why don't I see anyone else?" So, Dr. Abigail, you were supposed to go out, but had a COVID. Oh no! What is your building an exposure site, or because I know it was before? So nobody, when you brained yourself and lost a shitload of blood, still haven't had an extended stay in hospital. Oh well. I've had a couple of surgeries, none of which had me in hospital for a long time. Drunken, you occasionally get one person on your fans only live page. Yes, maybe. Maybe I'm streaming to OnlyFans. Who knows? All right. Okay, so I was good and drank some water. So nobody's slipping out. Might catch up later. Enjoy yourself. Whatever you're doing. So Dr. Abigail, you had some health people in full PPE going door-to-door testing. Not the first time, but the first time in a while. Actually, yes, that would be it, Abigail. The OnlyFans camera would be under the desk. And I'd be ruining the whole OnlyFans experience because I actually put pants on before the stream. Having gone the whole day without wearing... Not the whole day. I wore pants going home from Nettie's place. Then I took them off, and then I didn't put them on until just before the stream. I am gonna be a classy motherfucker and have a martini. Drunken, how much would it cost to get me to cluck like a chicken? I just don't feel like doing it. And I don't really need any money, so offering money's not going to make me more likely to do it. Right. I remember because I forgot to put bitters in my freezer martini when I topped it up. So, before I pour myself freezer martini, where's my orange bitters? Where's my orange bitters? Is it there? It's not there. Is it here? It's here. Orange bitters. I'm going to put some orange bitters in my martini. Shake it up before I serve it. I know, Megaleech is on Twitch. And that's actually more likely, Megaleech. If I get drunk enough, I'm more likely to just do it for free. So, Gecko, longest stay in hospital was probably when you had bronchitis in basic combat. It was only 3 or 4 nights. Yeah, I don't think I've even been in hospital for a week. I've had, like I said, I've had a couple surgeries. This is probably not going to work, or is it? Or is it? Hopefully, that wasn't too much. Ooh, had a kidney stone. That's one I haven't had. Megaleech is everywhere. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. And I'm the only one who gets to appreciate the joke, Megaleech, because I'm the only one who sees all the chat. Although sometime next tech support visit, maybe from Dr. Abigail, she did promise to give me a setup where I could display all the chat on screen, because I'd like to do that. So Drunken, going to be back later. Watch another dude plays chess streams. Nice. Ooh, there you go. Enjoy the chess stream. Cheers to chess. Yeah. Oh, oh, that's good. I think I improved it since last night, actually. I'm glad my reaction made you chuckle, Megaleech. Oh, joke's done for my benefit. I like it. Yes, okay. Yes. Dr. Abigail's promising do the multi-stream chat setup next time she's over. Be a thing. Okay, it's starting to get a bit dark. What is it? Because it's coming up on 9. I might even bring the camera in after I finish my martini. This is very James Bond, I think, having a martini while wearing a caftan. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, I definitely improved the martini, topping it up overnight. And the bitters are nice. Oh, man, that's actually really good. Excellent. I need to pace myself because it's very boozy. It's got Navy. Well, it's not just Navy strength. There's actually like 6 or 7 different gins in there. But I've been topping it up with about 1/3 to 1/2 Navy strength gin. Keep the alcohol content up so it doesn't actually freeze in the freezer. Abigail, more a Beatles vibe than James Bond. That's pretty fair. But the Beatles weren't associated with martinis very much. Code word martinis, yes. Actual gin martinis, not so much. There's an interesting thing about them. They were never really associated with alcohol. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely think I should do my short video on this. Like, it'll just be up here, and I know people won't really see it, but it might be enough for people to go, the fuck are you wearing? If I did a full-length video in this, people would definitely go, what the fuck are you wearing? But if I do it in the short, which is like the vertical for phones, only this big, is not as noticeable. Might actually do that first short one before it's even fully dark. Oh my God, that's good. Drink some water. Oh, it's like every time I have some of my freezer martini and feel compelled to say how much I enjoy it, I also feel compelled to say yet again, I never thought I'd be so into really dry gin martinis. Because, yeah, again, as I always say, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have been. Gecko, good to duck out. Glad to have caught you again, man. I hope this means you're getting some sleep. I'm not sure. 3 o'clock in the morning must be nearly 4 o'clock in the morning for you now. But look after yourself, man. Oh, yes. I'm trying to pace myself, but I just look at the martini and go, that tastes nice. Hellion, hello, Kirsten. And cheers to you. Oh my God. Been topping up the freezer martini recently with Archie Rose Bone Dry gin and 23rd Street Navy Strength. Fucking great. Tastes really good. I was speaking of all things gin, Kirsten. I don't know if you've seen it because you're also a cheese fan. I saw in Woolworths they had this Maggie Beer branded triple cream brie that's gin and orange infused. And so I had to get it. And I reckon it actually does have a little bit of gin flavor in it. Mrs. Angry thought not so much, but I tried and thought, no, I feel like I can actually taste a bit of gin flavor in this brie. It's a really good brie. So I just, if you haven't seen it, I thought it might interest you. Woolies selling a gin-infused triple cream brie. Yes, I think this was the summoning, Kirsten. Pouring a martini was the summoning to bring you in. Oh. Quality martini. Yep, okay, getting warmed up now. Okay, so yes, Kirsten, you've had a few cheeses that had the gin botanicals. Yeah. Certainly the first time I've seen something like this in Woolies. Also notice Woolies now have a whole section of the non-alcoholic spirits. Like they've got probably at least 20 varieties and at least 3 or 4 brands of non-alcoholic imitation spirits, which is interesting. They clearly think that's going to be a thing this summer. People doing non-alcoholic cocktails. Kirsten, tonight you met some kittens and husband's warming to the idea of a cat. Building up to it. Nice. So you now obviously know the vibe because that's the theme for tonight's stream. Shadow's 11th anniversary of being in our house. Brought her home 11 years ago today. Oh, name of grey one, Martini. Nice. I got to file that away, actually, as a good name for a cat. Kez, I don't want to sound callous, but Mimsy's not long for this world. She's very old and skinny, and I think the bony skinniness of her is indicative of some health issues. So I don't know how long she's going to last, but I don't think it's going to be all that long. And then it's just the question of, do we replace her not if, everyone dies. She will die, whether it's next week or next year, or, she becomes a weirdly long-lived cat. Yes, the only question is, will we replace her when she dies? Oh, you want to call a little black one vermouth, but your husband says noir. Yeah, you could call a black one Amaro. Montenegro. Well, I actually named our last two cats. So I don't know if that makes me more or less likely to name the next one. Like if everyone going, well, your names were good, so you get to do it again. Or it's like, no, you got to name the last two. You're not allowed to name this one. Particularly if I start saying booze names for cats based on their color. Like if we got another like gingery one like Mimsy, I'd suggest calling a Curacao. Orange Curacao. So Miguelich, your cat's old and skinny too. Considering getting it some catnip to try and make its old age more enjoyable. Our cats aren't into catnip. Not all cats are. Some cats seriously are. Some cats get seriously fucked up on catnip, and they're obsessed by it. We actually had some catnip and catnip toys years ago, and neither of our cats were at all interested in them. Too bad, because I think cats on catnip are fucking hilarious. I think it's just wild that there's a cat drug, and cats who are into catnip really want it. Oh, that's nice, Kirsten. Call the mum cat Olive because it has green eyes. Yes, that works. That's excellent. Oof. So I think I was reasonably restrained this morning in not doing a hair of the dog. I didn't have a hangover. I had a really slight headache. God, oversharing. We've already been talking about poo this stream. I really had to poo when I got home. Like left Nettie's place at 6, got a tram home. Took about an hour to get home. Was home a bit before 8. And the whole sort of last half hour of the trip home was like, I have to poo. And then the walk from the tram stop to home was about 15 minutes because I didn't get the closest tram. I just got the tram that was coming. Because there's like one tram that comes much closer to my place, and there's one that's not that far away. It's like a 10, 15-minute walk. It's like, yeah, one's a 10-minute walk and one's a 15 to depends how slow you walk, 15 to 20-minute walk. And I got the one that was further away. And the whole walk back, I was going, man, I really need to poo. And I got home, and that's what happened. I pooed. And then I went to bed and just fucking lost consciousness. It was hilarious because, Mrs. Angry was awake. And so we had a bit of a chat, and I went to the toilet, and I got into bed. And then apparently I was just fucking gone. Like she came in to talk to me again, and I was just out. And she said over the next couple of hours, she came in and out of the bedroom a couple times, and I didn't stir. Like she wasn't trying to wake me up, but she wasn't putting exceptional effort into being quiet. And I didn't respond. And when I woke up, I thought, I have no idea what time it is. I thought, okay, I think I was thinking if it's after like 9:30, 10, I'll get up. And I looked at the time, and it was almost noon. Like it was after 11:30. So I'd been asleep for like 4 hours, and I was just like, okay, probably time to get up. It's lunchtime. I maybe should get out of bed. And so I've been fine all day because I got pretty good 4 hours of sleep at Nettie's place on her lounge, and then just like 4 really solid hours of sleep on my very comfy bed at home. So, Kirsten, your brother's wife rescues cats. They have 4 of their own, 7 kittens, 2 mother cats. So you went to meet the cats. Nice. And you're just nudging husband towards yes to a cat. I like it. It must get tiresome when I make a drink that I really like, that every time I have a sip, I want to say, that's a really fucking good drink. And I've got this fucking freezer martini down pat. It tastes fucking awesome at the moment. So husband has actually said 2022, which is a mere 2 weeks away. And I'm like I'm only slightly more than 3 weeks away from being eligible for my COVID booster, which I am fucking going to get straight away because the way the case numbers are ratcheting up is disconcerting. I think, having been a bit social with Abigail and Nettie yesterday, we went out to a tiki bar, and I went out with my team yesterday as well, my work team, and had a lunch. I don't think I'm going to socialize anymore. I think I'm going to socialize anymore because I just think the risk of being exposed to COVID is just super fucking high. So I think I'm all done socializing. Maybe go out to the supermarket, and that's it. That's going to be my social outings, the supermarket. Don't wish to sound paranoid, but I really do not want to get COVID. I mean, again, theoretically, if I did contract COVID, I would get a mild case. Statistically, it's overwhelmingly likely that I would get a mild or possibly even asymptomatic case because of being vaccinated. The risk of serious illness is like vastly reduced because of being vaccinated, but vastly reduced is not zero chance, basically. I'll never get over the fuckwit anti-vaxxers and conspiracy dickheads. The ones who bother to be vaguely truthful, saying if you contract COVID, it's 99% likely you won't die. They're prone to say really ridiculous exaggeration. They go, it's 99.9998% likely not to, which is no. We know the statistics. It's actually the chances just objectively, right? And again, everyone's an individual, and so the fact that you can see a statistic doesn't mean everyone's in the same. But anyway, we know the chance of dying from COVID is about 1 in 50, which is a disturbingly high chance. But even if you said 1 in 100, all these people, it's only 1 in 100. It's like, okay, you get the virus. You are going to really suddenly understand 1 in 100 is not that unlikely. So I mean, I don't know. We're probably all going to fucking contract COVID in the next couple of years because it's just going to hang around, I reckon. We just hope that vaccines continue to be very effective in reducing serious illness, and B, hopefully we come up with much better treatments because it's a double prong thing. But Jesus, I think you just need to actually test positive. And I think you're going to very solidly understand 1 in 100 is not zero. It's like way more likely than zero. So it's like, oof. Yes. Try not to be paranoid. Oh, Christ, that's good. Okay. So it's getting very dark now, so I might switch on the lights. I might bring my camera in. And I think just for a laugh, I am going to make this short video of the what's it called? Parisian Blonde. Because it just sounds like a really fun combo. Funky rum, orange curacao, and they say heavy cream, but I'm going to do it with eggnog because it's the Christmas drink. So it's going to be eggnog. Do, 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 do. There it is, the Parisian Blonde. Da, 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 da. Grate some nutmeg over it. All right, I'm going to bring my camera in. Switch some lights on. Yes, Megaleech, roll in Dungeons and Dragons term. Roll 2d10s. If they come up 0-0, you die. But I mean, I thought a really good analogy someone said, because we know the rates of not just death, but serious illness. What we know statistically, people say, oh, I'm not worried about COVID. Okay. What we're talking about is there's 100 people in a room and there's a big scary guy there too. What we know of COVID statistics, 50 to 70 people get to walk out of the room with not much drama. Like this guy might punch you in the head on the way out, punch you in the gut. So it's not good. It's not pleasant, but it's like, what the fuck? And you're over it pretty quickly. 70 out of the 100 people maybe get a smack in the head or whatever, but they leave. And it's like, okay. And then the other 30 start to leave. 10 of them get punched really fucking hard in the head to the point they lose consciousness, and it's days, if not a week, till they feel right, and they're like that was fucked. I never knew a punch in the head could hurt that much. And that's 10 of that last 30. So then you got 20. And of the 20, when they try to leave, 19 of them, this guy doesn't just punch them in the head. He fucks them up. He just works the whole body, pummels their body, punches them in the head, maybe breaks some bones. Like he fucks the next 19 people up so much it takes months or possibly even years for them to fully recover and get back to their former self. Like it's bad. What happens to them is bad, and they're debilitated for months or years afterwards, but they recover after a fashion. And then there's that last unfortunate person, and this motherfucker is going to beat them to death. So it's not just that they die, but the whole process of them dying is horrible and painful and drawn out and agonizing and traumatizing. And that's basically COVID. And if you explained it to people that way, that's the degree of violence they can expect, they're going to be a bit less cavalier. And hi, Safa, by the way, congratulations on the new fridge. New fridges are an excellent sort of COVID lockdown purchase. All right. I'm going to put some lights on so you have some pretty lights to look at. Are these stupid fucking things going to work? I shake them about. No, they're not. Fuck you, lights. Fuck you. All right, I'm going to plug these ones in. And do that. That's the cycle. And gonna bring this over here. Come on, stupid fucking lights, work. I hate you. Stupid fucking lights that I paid money for that don't work. Ugh. Honestly. Okay. Going to look at this. Grid Connect. No, they didn't fucking come on, did they? Fuck you. I'm just hoping to make them randomly come on by fucking with things. This app that's just not fucking. What is fucking? No? Off. On. Fuck you, you fucking cannot connect. Yeah, because you're fucked. You're shitty and fucked. Fuck you. Stupid fucking lights. Okay. Going to get my camera and ring light. That'll just take a minute. I'll be back. You get pretty lights in the meantime. Yeah. So I actually this afternoon I wrote scripts. Yeah. I think that really just solidified the yeah. And I think it's important to not push it. All right, ring lights. And I'm going to go over here. So I don't know how. Look, okay. You know what? In case you haven't seen the caftan properly, I'm going to switch another light on over here temporarily, so you get to see the caftan in all its glory. There we go. This is just temporary. Got to plug in my ring light. Right. Plug it in the ring light. So, yeah, look, see, that's the caftan. Do I look like a cult leader? I think I look like a cult leader. And also, it's split really high. The advertising, all right, that's enough of that. Turn that light off. The advertising for this caftan, or advertising I got after I got it on YouTube, was super gay. Like, it was these big butch bear type guys sitting with their legs spread. Very much. So Drunken FPV on Twitch, you're back. Jess Friends having audio issues. And Kaiju, hello. It has been a bit. Shout out Shadow for existing. Yes. Safi, you think I look like a wizard? I'll go with that. Oh my God, Abigail, what would my 20-something self say? Mortified. They would be mortified that my 20-something self would look at me wearing a caftan and being an idiot and just go, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you doing that? But, you know, my 20-something self took himself a bit fucking seriously, quite honestly. A little bit of water. All right, I got my light. Got to get my camera. I'll be back again in a minute. All right, I'm back. I'm just visiting, just putting my audio recorder here. Did I miss anything? Kaiju, you think my wizard spell is Chromatic Orb? Nice. Drunken FPV, what would be my gauge for taking myself seriously? Dude, I'm Gen X, and yeah, I don't know. My 20-something self was just wearing black, and yes, very true, Abigail. A wizard cast prismatic spray all over my caftan. Drunken, you're trying to work out if you're critical or just being a cunt. If you're self-aware enough to even ask the question, you're probably not too bad. We're all a bit cunty, though. So, musical better. Your teen self would look at your in your coif and Curious and Tabard and Sword and go, "What the fuck?" Then see the trumpet and go, "Oh, that makes sense." That's nice. I like that. Okay, setting up my camera. Just gotta put it on a tripod. You can probably see me in the reflection in the glass. Just switching it on. All right. Put my camera on. And just checking various settings. Are there files I still need to delete on here? Let me see. No, there aren't. What are we on? We're on 4K. We're ready. Okay. Let's go, Brandon. Menu, shooting mode. No. Camera. No, we're on auto. Okay. Okay. Just testing my camera. Okay, let's do this so you can see me when I'm talking. All right. So, years ago. Ooh, wow. Yeah, no, that's pretty wild. One of the little, just adjusting my camera a bit while I'm talking. That's probably enough. Turn on the ring light. What's that look like? Okay. Oh yeah, no, that looks about right. All right, so I'm ready to go. So rum, what rum? That's a Jamaican. Maybe my Smith and Cross. Pot still. All right, gonna do Jamaican rum. Orange Curacao. Where's the orange Curacao? Oof. Okay. Orange Curacao. Und Crema. Steps, shake and strain. Okay, you serve it up. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, tasty. Tasty. Putting my delicate glasses out of the way. This one will do. So, cut glass. Coupe. It's a coupe. So 1 ounce, 1 ounce. Look at that dope cat. Hey, Micro. Do you like the caftan, man? I'm in a caftan thing tonight. Drunken FPV, you don't want to keep working your way back to work, dragging you back into the work week, but struggling to work out if your expectations are too high, if you're working with incompetence. Try not to sound arrogant, but maybe you can provide advice. Okay, I like that. Before I do anything, I'm going to address that. Okay, Drunken FPV, from our conversations, I believe you know what you want and you're capable of articulating that to other people. And now, how, from what you've related to me about how explaining that to your workplace, like, this is shit, I want to quit, you are of sufficient value that they recognize the validity in what you say and they want to change to accommodate you. I think, as an outside person, that's pretty strong evidence that you know your shit. You know your shit. You know what's what. You know how to contribute, and you know how to identify when something's wrong, and that's valuable to your employer. I'm a big believer in trying to phrase stuff like that as constructively as you can, but I think the evidence is on your side that you know what you're talking about, you're able to communicate clearly, and you've been able to establish value in that you provide value. So when you say, here is a problem, people listen to you and go, that seems to be a problem, we should fix it. I would just say, based on my limited knowledge from our interactions, you should stick to your guns. You should explain what you think are problems. Try and do it in the most constructive way possible. And to that end, I'd probably say try and work out for yourself, like, okay, this is pissing me off. This gives me the shits. This makes me want to quit. Get clear in your own head what would have to change to make you happier, and communicate that. And then I think you've got the whole package. You go, okay, here's the situation. I think this situation is shit. Here's me. I think I provide value. I am willing to stay here and continue to provide value if we make these changes that I think will help alleviate the shit situation. That's the thing. I think you just need to lay it out. Be constructive, and like you're saying, basically to them, I believe I provide value, and I want to continue to do that, but there are these problems, and I propose this way to fix them, and if we fix them, that's going to make me want to stay here. So that's my 2 cents. All right. So now I'm going to quickly make a cocktail. I'm going to shake it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. I'm going to shake this. Mrs. Angry is playing The Last of Us. I keep hearing sort of beatings and screams and shots and explosions from the next room. All right. So I'm going to turn on my audio recorder. Gonna turn on my camera. Double check that it's looking good. All right. Shake it like a Polaroid. I didn't. Oh no, I do have. I do have. I thought I didn't even get the ingredients out, but I did. Okay, I'm doing better than I thought. Eggnog, eggnog. I've got some eggnog. Supermarket eggnog. Can't even be bothered to make my own eggnog. Okay, this is going to be quick. This is very quick. It's to make a bloody. Wait, am I already fucking recording this? I am. Shit. Okay, let's go. G'day, cocktail lovers. Here's a neat, easy. No, I don't want to say that. G'day, cocktail lovers. Here's an easy, tasty Christmas drink for when we've got those 30 sweet noggy days. First up, we want 1 ounce, 30 mils of a funky Jamaican rum. I'm using Smith & Cross. That was a very cavalier pour that by some chance just happened to be the right amount. Okay, my hair's going everywhere. I can feel it. Then we add 1 ounce or 30 mils of orange curacao or the orange liqueur of your choice. Sounding like a radio host then, I think. To turn this into a Christmas treat, we're going to add 2 ounces of eggnog, or honestly, as much eggnog as you want to add. Get some ice. I just remembered we're a bit low on ice. Okay. A bit of this ice and crack it. A thing I am notoriously bad at. But let's see how we go. Get a spoon. You know what? That's okay. That actually went better than I expected. We add ice to our shaker, put it together, bang it in hard, give that a good solid shake for 10 to 15 seconds. Oh my God, where's my green strainer? Strain that into a chilled cocktail glass, and there you have your Christmas treat, a Parisian blonde. If you're feeling fancy, you could garnish this by... If you're feeling fancy, you could garnish this by grating some nutmeg or chocolate, or hey, why not both? All right, I'm done. I'm just going to switch off those lights because it's too bright for the webcam. And I'll be back. This will just take a second. Switch that off. Switch that off. Switch that off. And then we're back to intimate chat mode. Okay. Chunking FPV, 10 or 15s. Oh my God, I just realized what I looked like. Sorry. There we go. So Micro, you want a pay rise? Yeah, no, that's fine. It's like one of the dumbest sayings is money doesn't buy happiness. It's just like that's always said by people who have too much money. It's like most people are just like, no, I can't pay bills. I'm living week to week. It's horrible and stressful. If I just had enough money that I didn't have to have any sort of psychic energy focused on, will I be able to pay bills? Will I be able to pay rent? Can I occasionally do something fun just for myself? Anyway, I just thought this recipe sounded good. I've never had it before. So That's pretty good. Ooh, it's just like that rum just kind of hangs around. Oh, that's nice. I like the original recipe actually said to use some heavy cream, but I thought I'd Christmasify it a bit and make it with eggnog. Oof, and it's good. Nice. Drunken FPV, the guy asking you for more money is not going to bring happiness. Yeah. That's an okay. Yeah, no, micro USB want to do rent caps, etc. Yeah, the idea of housing being something that certain people can exploit for profit is criminal, in my opinion. It's like your basic requirements, food, clothing, and shelter, and when shelter ceases to be a basic right and becomes something to exploit commercially for the gain of a very small number of people. And again, I'll upset some other lefties in this by saying I'm not averse to the concept of landlords at all, but a system that rewards people for hoarding accommodation and artificially inflating the price of accommodation is ridiculous. Accommodation should not be an investment. It should just be a basic thing. And now, where I think is a legitimate thing for landlords is someone who is in a position to be able to invest in some accommodation that they then rent out to other people. It's like I feel like I'm not making this very clear as well, but not everyone is ever going to be in a position or want to own a particular home. A lot of people are going to want to move around. So serving that, so there's a broad spectrum. People owning their own home and people renting because they want that sort of liberty that goes with that. In essence, if you are in a system where somebody working full time in a job cannot afford accommodation, the system is fundamentally broken. Either the accommodation should be cheaper or the pay for working full time should be more. It's like, if someone's doing a job and this includes flipping burgers at McDonald's, you fucking want someone to be in a service industry and providing a service for you, then the people in that service industry should be able to lead a satisfying and thriving life. They shouldn't be worried about accommodation. They shouldn't be worried about existing. If you need someone in a particular job to support you, that person should lead a happy life. If they're working, don't even get me started on people who aren't working who also should have happy lives. But anyway, so Michael, you got to say one time you didn't mind the homeless around wintertime because it's fucking cold, human instinct to survive. So if you got to set park in a camp, you get it. Yeah. So Drunken, you started off minimum wage, looking back, issues, moved to something else, saying that rather be rich sad than a poor sad, man. Yeah. Look, I literally, because I grew up big family. We struggled. My dad had his own business. And there's a whole bunch of issues that I won't go into with my dad. Daddy issues. But, because we were a big family, I'm one of 10 kids. Yeah, we survived. But, there was struggles. Honestly, I have no idea how my mum held shit together, quite honestly. But Now I'm forgetting what my initial point was going to be. Yep, no, I actually think I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, no. Oh, no, I know what I was going to say. I earn more money now than I ever would have dreamed as a kid. Like, I'm fucking killing it. Like just with the limited horizons I had when I was a kid, I would have had trouble conceiving of how much I earn now. And I'm not rich. I'm not the fucking upper class. I'm well off middle class, basically. Not even upper middle class. I don't own my home. I rent. But yeah, with my rather austere upbringing, I could not have conceived of the amount of money I earn now. So, Mike, you've learned to try and buy property, it'd be cheaper in the long run. You get fucked over way less. Renting is pretty fucking brutal, honestly. But, there you go. So, Drunken, you agree with what I say. However, you want to raise minimum wage, the issues increases inflation. People still can't afford what they want. Okay, and I get where you're coming from, Drunken FPV. But costs have been fucking going up for the last couple of decades when wages haven't been. And it's because of the greed of the fucking ruling class. Yes, Angry's going commie. Angry's going full commie, as I do on the regular. So, Omega Leech, what's stopping me from buying? I don't have a huge amount of savings. Being a contractor, employment's a bit erratic. And I just haven't bothered because Mrs. Angry actually owns a couple of apartments. So I pay rent and she pays mortgages. And when we're old and retiring, we'll live in one of her apartments, probably. So technically, if I stay on Mrs. Angry's good side, I am a homeowner. Man, that drink was actually not bad. I didn't mind that. I didn't taste the orange. I thought that recipe was very interesting. Rum and orange curacao and something creamy. I didn't taste the orange at all. I don't think I have a very subtle palate, quite honestly. Tasted the rum. Metal Maniac Matt, hey dude, you're getting 60s vibe. Should I give you a long shot? Because this is a full-on caftan that I'm wearing. Other people have seen me. I've been wandering around in shots and showing. I'm going to do it for Matt. Matt, for you, I'm going to do the caftan look here. Like if I go right back here, caftan. Woohoo! I'm also wearing pants under it, which I wasn't for most of the day. So count yourself lucky that I decided to wear pants for this live stream. Or unlucky, maybe. Who knows? Right, I am going to drink some more water. All right. So, Drunken, what I'm saying, 15 years ago, you're earning 25K. Now I earn 80K. 15 years ago, you couldn't imagine having the amount of money you have now. Try to go back to living off 25K is impossible. Yeah. Look, okay, so my offspring who are in their 20s are still living at home, and I don't begrudge them that at all. Because when I was their age, I could live in a shared house in inner Sydney, like Redfern, Chippendale, one suburb out of the CBD, on the fucking dole, I could afford to live in a shared house in inner Sydney. I would struggle to afford that now on my fucking wage. It's just like everything's fucked. Everything has just gotten progressively more fucked in the last several decades. And I think I blame the boomers. I'm going to blame the boomers. All right. More water, I think. So I got to plan what videos I'm going to make in the next hour or so. I'm going to drink some water and think about it. Oh. Okay. Woo. I'm going to take the caftan off for the next videos. No, I'm not doing the next videos nude. I've got my shirt and tie and vest on the chair over there. I'm going to change. That's also why I'm wearing pants. If I wasn't going to do the other videos, I would not have bothered to wear pants. I would have just been freeballing it in this caftan. But I feared an accidental exposure, so I put some pants on. Micro, you're going into Massachusetts. It's going to be a 5-hour round trip. You're not looking forward to it. What's that for? Is that for work? So, Drunken, if you were single, you could live off what you earned 15 years ago, but your goal is to give the girlfriend quality. Yeah, dude, we all aspire to improve our quality of life as we move along, I think. And Matt, you reckon you're going to rent for the rest of your life? Also, I'm not young. I have enough money to convince a bank, hey, yeah, you should let me buy a place. But it's like, I don't know, mortgages go for 20 years or 25 years or whatever. I'm probably only working for I'm old. Have I mentioned I'm old? I'm probably only working for another 10 years till I retire. So I kind of sort of got a plan. But who knows? And of course, my real plan is to win lotto. And then everything will be sorted. My freezer martini should go back in the freezer. I don't think I'll even bother to top that up. I'll just put it in. I might have another martini another day, and then I'll top it up. In the freezer you go, freezer martini. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do more ice. And then, not all the ice came out. All right. I'm going to put the ice tray here, so I hopefully remember to fill it before I go to bed. Put that over there, and that over there. All good in the hood. Okay. We are rocking and a rolling. So, Drunken FBB, quote from your girlfriend. Your current situation, stretching yourself to breaking point, is slowly killing you. Broke your heart, considering she suffers from epilepsy and needs brain surgery. Dude, okay. Here's the thing. Just from our very limited interactions, and again, for people who don't, most people are watching from YouTube, Drunken FBVs on Twitch, and it's been everything. So I'm just saying, from our interactions on these chat, I think you are I think everyone has value, basically. I think everyone has value. But I think in capitalistic terms, from what you've told me, you provide significant benefit to capitalist overlords. I think you're doing well. I think you're doing well for yourself. I think you're doing well for your employer. And I think you need to never forget, you are probably, I feel confident you are doing more for your employer than they are for you. I think they are more reliant on you than you are on them. And so never forget your own value is what I'm saying. Micro, you're helping your brother out with a thing. I love the idea. It's a thing. Doing a thing. Micro's doing a thing. Usually helps you. Figured you help him. Since you drove the country, you hate driving now. But my brother, you're doing a thing. You're doing a thing for your brother. And I'm all about doing a thing. I love weird turns of phrase. You know, I got to see a man about a dog. That usually means you're doing something fucking dodgy. I love that phrase. I got to do a man about a dog. Drunken on YouTube. Just look up Angry Aussie on YouTube and you'll find me. Safa, if I stayed in Dubbo, would I be able to do my current job from Dubbo? That probably is a yes and no. Strictly speaking, no, but kind of yes if I didn't admit to anyone I was in Dubbo. Because I reckon with the rapid fucking spread of the Omicron variant, where everywhere in the world is getting record numbers of COVID cases, I think by January, my work was easing in saying like, hey, this December, talk to your manager about your return to the office plan and talk about how many days you're going to be back in the office. Okay, no pressure, but just plan for. I think by January we're going to be back to that. Oh no, this is all fucked. You should keep working from home. The only people who shouldn't be at home are people who need to be in the workplace. Yeah. Drunken FUV. Some metrosexual is all you can find. That's possibly me. I mean, no, just all one word, angry Aussie. Okay, no, it's not my search history on YouTube. If you do all one word, angry Aussie, it's got to be me. That's me on YouTube. Although now you've got me intrigued. I want to do it with a space between angry and Aussie and see what comes up. Oh, it's me, but again, it's down to my search history, I think, and me doing vanity searches on myself. I think if you, oh wow, I'm actually, the fuck? I'm gonna blame YouTube for something that's not YouTube's fault. Yeah, I think if you do angry Aussie with no gap, it's definitely going to be me. Yes, Micro said the movie. We're going to see a dude about a thing. 19X. Happy New Year. Oh, it is almost New Year. Wait, did the URL show? No, it showed us ... Ha! Abigail, I am lucky people don't mistake me for Isaac Butterfield. I'm not even going to go there, actually. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, Drunken FUE, I will post you the link. Micro, Isaac Butterfield is a comedian. Not to my taste. Okay. No, that's the wrong thing. My channel. Okay. Just for you, Drunken FPV. That's my channel on YouTube. Okay. Gonna do Christmas cherry. It's an extra, and I've got to do the one for Vino as well. So I'm talking to myself about things I have to do. Oh my god, what's the fucking laptop wants to restart again? Don't be a shithead.
Your device needs to restart to install updates.
No, fuck off. Do not fucking restart while I'm doing a stream, you bastard. So, see, okay, Drunken, it is the Metrosexual channel. That's me. That's me. In COVID, I've stopped dyeing my hair and I let it grow. So my older stuff, like from 2 years ago, I looked totally different. I was dyeing my hair and my beard and I had short hair. Thank you, by the way, for describing me as a metrosexual. I'm completely on board with that. I'm giving you cheers with some water. And that is still pretty funny though. Yeah, search up what's new, some metrosexual. Here's the thing. Oh no, it's you. The metrosexual is you. Yeah, no, it's me. Okay, so here's the thing. I've mentioned this little bit of trivia before, but probably not for a while. I think I can reasonably claim to be the first person in Australia referred to as a sensitive new age guy, because I know the person who invented the term. It's a singer-songwriter, folky type person from New York called Christine Lavin, and she toured when I was still in uni, and we loved her music. And so I did an interview with her, and she said, "Oh, can you come up on stage? I have the song Sensitive New Age Guys, where I get someone from the audience to be the sensitive new age guy and sing along with me." And I went like, "Yeah." And so she and her songwriting partner invented the term sensitive new age guy, or snag, which was an 80s, 90s thing. And then I didn't hear it mentioned for years. Then I heard one or two mentions. And then in the like mid 90s, it became a thing. The sensitive new age guy became a thing. And Megaleech, I definitely look a bit like that avatar is like a 10-year-old thing, definitely. I the guy who designed it, I should probably ask him to design a new one based on what I look like now, because he's pretty cool. So he might do that for me. I need to hit him up and say, "Thanks, Drunken. You're subbed on YouTube. I hope to catch you later." Safi, you're totally a snag. You're a sensitive new age guy. It's a fun song. She's probably on YouTube. Actually, now I'm thinking of it. Does she have any videos on YouTube? Looking up Christine Lavin. Does she have any videos on YouTube? Okay, she has a YouTube channel with 566 videos on it. Fuck it, I'm subscribing. All right, no, she fucking uploads videos all the time, and now she's, I don't know, she's a boomer. She's like 15 years older than me, but she's a fucking legend. She writes great songs. All right, I'm probably gonna disappear down a fucking rabbit hole in the next couple of days looking at her videos. Safa, you want me to share her videos? I'll just type her name in because I just closed. That's her name, Christine Lavin. And she's fucking great because like half her songs are really heart-wrenching, sad, emotional things, and the other half are just really funny. And like, for instance, I looked up some of her new stuff a while back, and one of the tracks was called "Please Don't Ask Me to Hold Your Baby," and I thought, wow, I don't know if this is going to be a sad one or a funny one, because it could be a sad one because like maybe she was never able to have children, maybe, and by she I mean the persona in the song, not Christine Lavin herself. Maybe the persona in the song was never able to have children, so holding a baby makes her sad. Maybe she had a miscarriage, so it makes her sad. Maybe she had a child who died, which makes her sad. And so I was thinking, this song title, "Please Don't Ask Me to Hold Your Baby," it could be a sad song or a funny song. And I played it, and it was like, yeah. And it still could be either. And then it gets to the chorus, and it's like, "Please don't ask me to hold your baby because your baby's ugly." It's a funny one. It's a funny one. She's like, "Don't ask me to hold your baby because your baby is ugly." And it's a thing of her fucking songwriting genius. You don't know if it's going to be sad or funny. Abigail, babies are the worst. Hollywood's awful. They smell bad, puke everywhere. I've shared the story of like young Miss Angry when she's not quite a baby. She was a toddler, and it was at like Movie World on the Gold Coast. And I'm carrying her, and a nappy leaked, and just, like shit ran all down the front of my shirt, which was just ruined. I just threw it out, and I bought a T-shirt from the gift shop, which turned out to be a good T-shirt. Marvin the Martian, probably my favorite Looney Tunes character, Marvin the Martian. But I still occasionally razz her with that story of how I was carrying around at Movie World on the Gold Coast and her shit ran down the front of my shirt. Ugh, it's a thing. It's a whole thing. But yeah, okay, Safa. Christine Lavin has been recording shit since the 80s, so she's got just a fucking shit ton of stuff. And I reckon she's just a great singer-songwriter. And yeah, now I looked up her YouTube channel and she puts videos up all the fucking time. I might hit her up and actually respond, find a video I like and say, you probably don't remember me, your first tour of Australia. My name's Andrew. I interviewed you. I sang Sensitive New Age Guy with you on stage. How you doing? Does that make me sound like a creepy stalker? I think that makes me sound like a creepy stalker, but I'm kind of okay with that. So I think you have to know yourself. And if someone says to me, hey, you seem like a creepy stalker, and I just go, fair, that's fair. It's absolutely fair. So I think the next drink I'm going to make. Oh, Safa, that's an excellent idea. Ask her to make an Angry Aussie theme song. That is a fucking brilliant idea. Okay, Megaleech, I actually said to her, she said, I normally get a guy to sing harmonies with me on this Sensitive New Age Guy song. I said, I can't sing. I just fucking can't. I can't hold a tune. And I said, I wanted to exaggerate how bad my singing voice was. And she went along with it. And so the song was like, she just had this whole sort of couplet thing with like, who da 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 da. And the answer is Sensitive New Age Guys. And rather than trying to sing harmonies, because I felt so bad about my own singing, I would deliberately sing really badly, go, Sensitive New Age Guys. Abigail, you were dropping your firstborn off at childcare, sat him on the trunk of your car as you locked up, and then shit ran down the boot into the back wheel. Oh, no. Yeah, no, kids are shit and puke machines. There's no getting past it. Kids are shit and puke machines. And you've just got to fucking embrace the horror if you're a parent. So you can't be fucking squeamish. You just cannot be squeamish if you're a parent, because you won't fucking survive. Yes, Megaleech, kids are money pits and poop machines. They take money because they cost a lot to keep going. They take money and they turn it into poop. That's what kids are. I love my kids. They're adults. I feel weird calling them kids. They are my kids, but they're in their 20s. They're adults. That's why I normally refer to them as offspring these days. The young angries. Like, again, 15 years ago when they appeared in a couple of videos, I called them the little angries. They're not little. They're the young angries now. I'm the old angry. So it's, time just keeps on keeping on. Was that from the old Smash Mouth song All Stars? The years keep coming, they just keep coming. And you go, yeah, that seems like a dumb lyric, but now I've been around long enough and I realize that's true. The years keep coming and they just keep coming. And then Smash Mouth turned out to be dickhead, reactionary, conspiracy spouting, Trump loving fuckwits. So that was a bit traumatic. That was a bit traumatic if you'd thought Smash Mouth were fun. Hey, Daniel Granules on Twitch again. How you doing, man? I need to, much as I was explaining to Drunken FPV, who was on Twitch earlier, I'm streaming to multiple platforms, so I'm talking to people on different platforms. Safet, Mrs. Angry is just making a dessert in the kitchen, actually. Some ice cream in a bowl. Okay, musical behavior, that's a fun thing. Should artists stay non-political if they like money? I don't believe in denying yourself, basically. Oh, yeah, Daniel Granule, look up shit from the last couple of years. Smash Mouth appeared at the, what was that biker rally? The Sturgis rally, which was in the midst of the really bad part of the second COVID wave, and just all these fucking people in a huge crowd with no masks and going, yeah, COVID's bullshit, man. And the lead singer, who has, I think, formally left the band, in a live show had a bit of a carry-on where he said some outrageous shit and did some Nazi salutes, and the band have just said he's got a mental illness. Yeah, Abigail, I agree. Art is a good way to express politics. Satire has been with us for thousands of years. The ancient Greeks were very big on satire. It came out in different ways thousands of years ago, but I don't believe it's possible to be apolitical. Like when someone says, I'm not political, they're making a political choice. What that usually means is, I don't want to say anything that may disrupt the status quo because I don't want that grief. That's a political choice. It's like if there's a system that is oppressing someone and you go, I don't want to get involved, I'm apolitical. You're not apolitical if you're not actively fighting against the oppressor. You are basically contributing to the oppression of the oppressed. And yes, Abigail, ancient Rome, they inherited the Greek traditions. I love that phrase that you've done there, stand-up philosophers. And no, Safa, apparently Smash Mouth actually ditched the lead singer because he's like a fucked unit these days. And they said, oh, for his own health, he needs to stop performing. Micro, you're off to work. Have a good work day, man. So it's 10 o'clock. I'm not going to bed yet because I want to make some more videos. I feel like I might do a toilet break, though. Gotta get some shit sorted. Not literally shit. I'm not going to go and take a shit. I'm going to take a whiz. Take a leak, urinate, expose my genitals to the air and expel urine. Megalish, I'll probably go a bit long, not super long. I don't know, to 11 maybe. Daniel Granule, remember watching Smash Mouth in the heyday? Yeah, I remember them in the heyday in the 90s. Still around. You also was a gem when you were 9 years old. Nice. Nice. All right. I am going to excuse myself very briefly, very quickly. I'll be back, and you just get to enjoy the lights for 60 seconds while I'm gone. I won't be long. I'm trying to think. I could play a video. No, let's do that. I'll play a short video. An old angry video. There's yet another Bruce Willis action film coming out. I just opened YouTube and saying, hey, here's a trailer for a movie called American Siege. That sounds interesting. but I'm not going to watch it now. No, I don't want to my recent videos. I want my channel. I want to find something off a playlist, like a real fucking old school angry video. What are my playlists? Upsetting anti-feminists, popular videos, political videos, shut the fuck up videos. Maybe a shut the fuck up video. Oh, and Tubevember, top videos. As one. Jesus. Mistress M videos. What's in the shut the fuck up videos? Okay. This looks like a fun one. It's 2.5 minutes for global warming deniers. All right. What's I 27,500 views. Nice. I am. All right. I'm going to share. This is a screamy shut the fuck up video from. Oh my God. I'm so young and skinny. How old is this? How old is this? When was this published? Where's the published date? Why is it not showing me when this was fucking uploaded? Ugh, am I just missing something? Why is this not showing me when I uploaded this video? Because it's like 15 years ago. It's such an old video. I look so different. This is funny. Ooh, nice. Kirsten, husband's browsing cat tails. Okay, so I'm going to have a little toilet break. I'm going to share my screen and give you this video to watch. Chrome tab, YouTube, share the audio, share. Nope, that's wrong. Okay, that was wrong. That was wrong. Try again. Sharing my screen. Chrome tab, global warming deniers. Should forget. Gonna full screen it as much as I can and play. Now enjoy this for the next 2.5 minutes.
It has reached the stage where all I want to say to global warming deniers is shut the fuck up. And because all you skeptics are such great believers in free speech, let me reassure you, I'm not telling you what to think. If you can't think rationally when presented with objective, supported, conclusive science, I don't care what you think. I just don't want to waste time with you anymore. Shut the fuck up. That's right, it's science, bitches, and it's conclusive. Saying something as inane as, I don't believe someone as insignificant as humans could affect the whole planet, that's a reflection on how thick you are. The science has the answers. If you don't want to listen, I don't want to listen to you. Shut the fuck up. The real shut the fuck up moment for me was when climate change deniers started asserting the reason they don't go along with this stuff is they're independent, free thinkers. Yeah, you're repeating the deliberate lies of the most powerful, vested, political and economic interests in the world, and you're a free-thinking individual. Shut the fuck up! And as for those who could acknowledge there was some issue, but it wasn't as bad as the scientists were saying a couple of years ago, you're right! It's worse! Stuff is happening now that is at the upper end of the bad predictions for this time frame. In 20 years from now, it's going to be a bit fucking late to go, oh gee, they were right all along. And just to repeat, I'm talking about scientists, not Al Gore. Attacking him is the classic straw man approach. I haven't even seen an inconvenient truth. I just read the studies, which are consistent, and basically no one has given even a small credible doubt to the fact we're neck deep in it, people, and we've got to start facing that. And as I brought up a straw man argument, some precious little free speech loving climate change denier is bound to say this is just an ad hominem attack on them. No, it isn't. An ad hominem attack would be if I said, you're stupid and therefore your argument is wrong. No, your argument is wrong because the overwhelming body of scientific evidence proves it's wrong. The fact that you're stupid is just part of the whole picture. So shut the fuck up.
Okay, retro. Is that Kirsten mid-30s? That's actually early 40s, me. I don't know exactly when that one was published, but I'm early 40s there. It's more than 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. I don't know. For some reason, it wasn't showing me when that was published, which was a bit annoying. No, it's just, I don't know, something about YouTube's layout. It's not showing me a date of when that was published, which is weird because I'm sure it used to. And I just cannot see a date published on it. Maybe because it's from a playlist. I don't fucking know. It's not from the original Greta Thunberg. It's weird. So Drunken had audio issues. Hiss. Oh, okay, yeah, your chess stream you're talking about. Told him to hit you up. You can work through it. Back to metrosexual flashing lights. Yep, that's me. And I'll retro me. Okay, so I am going to make another cocktail, the Christmas Cheery. I need to get the bottles together. My account. Favorites. That's weird. I'm logged in differently on different fucking machines. Okay. That's weird. I've been trying to keep notes and save things. So I've now got dozens and dozens of stuff like bookmarked or saved. So in terms of creating cocktails for my YouTube channel, stuff that's caught my eye, got enough months worth of videos essentially. Okay. I'm glad I looked that up because I totally fucking forgot what the ingredients were. Okay. Geneva. And which one of these is the Geneva? Stockholm Syndrome, Australian Aquavit. So this must be Jennifer. Jennifer hates this Inquisition. So gin and Geneva. I am using. Where is it? This? No, not that one. Whoa, the fuck is it? Coqui Rosa. Okay, this one. Maraschino and cherry. Okay, they're over here. Ugh. This same bottle on Croatian distiller. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, I need to put this shit back. Save myself some space. Put that in there. Put that in there. And we're all good. All good in the hood. Okay, so I now have Geneva Cherry, Barolo Gin, Maraschino, and Orange Bitters. I've got everything ready. Now I have to get dressed. Am I going to sleep out? No, dude, I sleep in the nude. Drunken, you had a Christmas cherry. Awkward, very clean afterwards. Damn. Okay. So off camera, I'm going to take my caftan off now and put on my cocktail making uniform, which is hiding over here. Because I was going to do this the other night and I just wasn't in the mood. I don't want anyone to get too worked up, so I'm not going to, although you can see me in the reflection. Gross. Put a shirt on, motherfucker. Okay. Oof. Okay. Okay. Deeper and down. Status Quo. They were a weird band. Does anyone else remember Status Quo, or is it just me because I'm old? They had their heyday in the 70s. I remember them on Countdown all the time. All right. Caftan off, white shirt on, vest and tie. And I've got my Far Side tie today. Bootleg, not officially licensed. All right. So, unnamed channel. Found. Oh, there you are. Found the YouTube channel, aka Drunken FPV. Okay, there you are in your YouTube self. I get to see, and okay, if you watch from YouTube, you see all the other chat from the other people watching on YouTube. Right, just prepping. Man, this feels so different to wearing a caftan. That's weird. First time I wore the caftan today, and it already feels super weird different to be wearing a white business shirt. It's like the polar opposite. Going from wearing a flamboyantly colored caftan to wearing a white business shirt and tie. And, the universe is strange. That's all I'm going to say. The universe is strange. And people are strange when you're a stranger. Okay, try and get my my shit sorted. My short shitted. Okay. I'm suddenly looking completely different. So, Drunken FPV was your tag on YouTube before you threw your toys out of the cot. Set videos to private, changing names, setting videos back to public. Fair enough. I mean, got to do what you got to do. And I got to put a vest on as well. That's my cocktail making persona. Just get myself ready. All right. Okay. That's kind of okay. There we go. I was feeling just sort of asymmetrical, off center. Weird for a second there. All right. And I got the buttons wrong. Take 2. Get the buttons in the right buttonhole. Okay. That's a bit better. There you go. All right. Getting better. Gonna make a Christmas cheery cocktail now. All right. No, that seems right. Okay. Hunter's upside down. What the fuck? Put Hunter right side up. There we go. My badges. Drunken FPV going back to Twitch because it makes you feel special. That's cool, man. That's cool. You do you. Okay. Just going to rinse this jigger because it had eggnog in it. Oh. Okay. There's that. Is it weird that I like store-bought eggnog? I think that's kind of cool. Okay. I'm going to be standing up, so I'll adjust the camera so you get a little bit of nostril cam while I do it. Okay, turning the lights on. Get some sexy lighting happening. Okay, much more lights. Turn this camera on. Turn my audio recorder on. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, okay. It's my drinks over there. I'm slightly inebriated, so I'm just being additionally careful with how I do things at the moment. Christmas cheery cocktail. Oh, wait a sec. I need... All right, I've got to adjust some shit. Need that to be there so I can see it. Yeah, now that's pointing way up. I'll just adjust the camera so you can still see me while I do this. Right. I think I'm ready to go. Got my script because I actually wrote a script. All right. This shouldn't take too long. This is just me pissing about for 5 or 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I'm going to say, okay, we'll see how I'm going to do. Oh, it's exactly 10:20. Let's see if I'm finished by 10:30. Here we go. G'day, cocktail lovers. I hope you've been keeping well. I hope you're ready for another Christmassy themed cocktail. Yes, still with the Christmassy cocktails, because why not? I was looking for things along this theme. I found this recipe. I love the sound of it. Plus, it has a pun in the name. I love wordplay. So I decided I had to do it. I found this on the Difford's Guide website, and it's an original creation from the site's founder, Simon Difford. And I'm going to have a bit of a play with this. I am going to do some substitutions. I know, right? Unheard of. Me not following a recipe and doing substitutions. But it's going to happen. Strap in. There are a few... There are a few cherry elements in this cocktail, and that's where we get the wordplay with the title. This is called Christmas Cheery. I know it's not the best wordplay ever, but it's enough to attract my attention. So we are going to make the Christmas Cheery. The first ingredient called for is Old Genever, and that's also my first substitution. If you're unfamiliar with Genever, it's essentially, it's like a precursor to gin. It was originally made by distilling malted wines, and it's one of those protected names. It has to be made in certain areas, or you can't call it Genever. It's also sometimes called Dutch gin because the centres where it's made centre on Holland. I actually have an Australian interpretation of Genever from the Never Never Distillery. It's one of their experimental batches. They call their Dark Series, and they've rather cheekily called it Jennifer because they can't call it Geneva. Real Geneva, either old Geneva or new Geneva, which is just different styles of preparation of Geneva, they're quite hard to get in Australia, bordering on impossible. And if they're hard to get where you are and you can't get this either, hot tip, you can do a decent approximation of old Geneva by doing a split of gin and like an unaged malty whiskey. More or less moonshine is what I'm saying. Get that malty flavor along with the aromatics of gin, and you've got a decent interpretation of Geneva. So we're starting with Geneva, or the interpretation that you may have where you are, and we have 30 mils or 1 ounce of Geneva, or Jennifer in my case. I just realized. Wait, it's a stirred cocktail. Where's my stirring glass? All right. You realized I wasn't really ready to make this, but here we go. Jennifer. The cork. Now comes the first of the cherry elements, which contributes to the pun or the wordplay, the Christmas cheery. We want 30 mils or 1 ounce of cherry liqueur or cherry brandy. What you have, you might have something like cherry hearing or just a local cherry brandy. This one actually comes from Croatia, and I really like it. But whatever you have, we're going with 30 mils, 1 ounce of the cherry liqueur. Why Dan Murphy's has these liqueurs from Croatia, I'm not quite sure, but they do. The next ingredient is my next substitution. The recipe I found calls for Barolo Chinotto, and I have no idea what that is. So I looked it up, and it was described as a bitter aperitivo with some strong citrus notes. I certainly can't get it locally. And with what I have, I've decided to go with this, the Cocchi Rosa. It's very similar. It's lightly bitter. It's got those orange notes in there. And it seems to me like it's a good approximation. But you can possibly choose something from your own collection. You might actually have the Barolo Chinotto. I don't know. But whichever you choose, we're going with 30 mils or 1 ounce. It's also red. A lot of red things in here. The recipe also calls for 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of dry gin. I'm going to be using this Archie Rose Bone Dry Gin. It's particularly fine Australian gin, but you should go with dry gin that you have or your preference. With whatever you choose, we're going with 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of dry gin. Now we have another cherry element. We want some maraschino liqueur. And by sheer coincidence, this comes from the same Croatian distiller that my cherry liqueur came from. Same bottle that I don't think has been redesigned since the 70s. It's a kind of weird look, but it's a nice drink. So whatever maraschino liqueur you have, we want 1/4 ounce or around 7.5 mils. To round things out, our final touch is some orange bitters. We're going to add just 2 dashes of orange bitters. Alrighty, time to stir. Where's my stirring finger? I need to get it. And I want that to strain my drink. My stirring finger. Oh, I need some ice. What am I doing? Okay. Didn't I have a spoon that I cracked some ice with before? And it was okay. Last time I cracked ice, it's really successful, which probably means I'm going to screw it up this time. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. Just going to try and crack some ice. So far, it's all going in the glass, which is okay. Finally, stuff is not going in the glass, which is how things usually go for me. Also, I don't know if anyone's wearing headphones, if that was too harsh a noise in headphones. If it was, I apologize. A little bit more now, though. Oh, no, that just went everywhere. Fuck. Everywhere but in the glass. Yeah, and again, okay. 1 was fairly successful. 2, less so. Friggin' ice everywhere but in the glass. But that's enough. That's enough. All right. Ready to go. Ooh. I want a Nicanora. That's what we'll do. Oh, and I'm going to garnish this with my cherries. Any excuse to have a maraschino cherry, because I really like maraschino cherries. Particularly, I love sitting them in the drink and letting them soak up a bit of booze. They have a bit more flavor, even more flavor there. Okay, let's stab one of these mofos. Got it. Okay. Okay. This is a stirred cocktail, so we're going to add ice to our glass, and then I am going to use Gaz Regan's Magic Finger, and we're going to stir that. You want to stir it for about 50 revolutions. That should take about 30 seconds of stirring to get an appropriate level of chilling and dilution. And I'm probably not going to stir it. That's more ASMR. Also, is that too harsh? Seems loud. Fuck me, that tastes good. Okay. This could end up being a hot favorite. We strain that into a chilled cocktail glass. I'm using a Nicanora, but you could use a coupe or whatever you have handy. That's a nice wash line. And there's our Christmas cherry. I think it needs a bit more cherry, namely a garnish. Garnishing this with a maraschino cherry. Incidentally, if you're not aware of it, weird bartender superstition, if you're putting cherries on a skewer, it should be an odd number. You can do 1 or you can do 3. I thought 3 was a bit decadent, although the Difford's website illustration had 3, but not 2. Bartenders get very superstitious about 2. So I'm just doing 1 maraschino cherry, and giving it an old taste. That is really good. Like I'm giving that an 8, 8.5, bordering on a 9 out of 10. That is for an all booze cocktail. It's really disturbing how much this doesn't taste like booze. There's cherry and really earthy notes coming in underneath. You could really get yourself messed up drinking this one. I feel like I'm leading you astray saying, oh, drink this. You'll get hammered without realizing it. But this is a really tasty drink. I really enjoy this. And yeah, while I chose this as a Christmas themed drink, this is one I drink all year around. The Christmas Cheery. It's got a lot going on. I hope you try it and let me know if it's up your alley, as the saying goes. And whatever you're doing, whatever you're drinking, whoever you're with, I hope you are looking after yourself, looking after the people around you. Until I see you again, I will say cheers. Fucking ice. Just fucking shifting in this glass. Always happens. And I always forget to move the thing with ice away so it doesn't make noise. Okay, I'm going to sit down with this drink. And I just need to switch the cameras and then the lights off. That was actually slightly longer than 10 minutes. I said that would be 10 minutes. Slightly longer. All right, switching stuff off. Okay, I was pretty happy with how that went. Okay, where did I put the lid of my cherry jar? I do not want to knock over my cherry jar and get that syrup everywhere. Okay. Oops, let's bring the camera down. Okay, I'm going to sit down and relax. Chris, that's a great holiday drink if you like cherry, honestly. So much cherry in that. And it fucking tastes great, honestly. Chris, you like strawberry. You know what I've heard? There is a particularly bitter Italian aperitivo, Campari, which is too bitter for me. I don't like it. But a bunch of people have told me they did a strawberry-infused Campari, and they reckon it's great. Like they just... I'm just put my ice back in the freezer. They, just a lot of strawberries infused in Campari, and they reckon it's great. So, oof, yes, and it was a radical change in outfits. I'm quite conscious of that. So, cheers. That's really good. That is, it's okay. Yeah, it's sweet. But it's all alcohol. How does Difford rate it? That's interesting. He hasn't got the sliding scale of boozy and sweet and whatnot. And I call that one a winner, quite honestly. Okay, I'm probably not going to make my winter Manhattan tonight. I'm doing a collaboration with someone where I have to make my favorite cocktail of the year, which is the Woodson and Ford's, my fucking favorite cocktail. I discovered it about 6 months ago. Safi, you wanted me to sleep in the previous outfit. Have I not said? I sleep in the nude, man. Got to be ready for action. I just find it's also easier to regulate your body temperature if you sleep in the nude. It's easier to warm up or cool down. So yeah, Chris, the collab is one of the other YouTube bartenders, Vino from 60 Second Cocktails. He's asking everyone to do, for New Year's Eve, to do a short video on, like, this was my favorite cocktail of the year. And I've got a clear winner. I mean, I made a lot of cocktails I really liked during the year, but the Woodson and Ford is not just my favorite. It's like Mrs. Angry's too. It's rum and apple brandy, sweet vermouth, and Benedictine. Fucking great. Yes, Safa. No, I sleep in the nude during winter. You just have flannel sheets and blankets. It is purely and simply, it's easier to regulate your body temperature if you're nude. So it's easier to cool down in summer by having less bedding on you, and it's easier to warm up in winter. And yeah, I've slept nude for the longest time. See, I just started off the night talking about poop transplants, and now I'm talking about sleeping in the nude. You never know what you're going to get with the angry live streams, but it's probably not going to be suitable for children. That's the one thing you can be sure of. The live streams are probably not suitable. Or also the pre-recorded videos, probably not suitable for children. Chris, you sleep in clothes with glasses and shoes right next to you just in case. My shoes are right next to me. My glasses are usually in a completely different room in the house. My glasses are usually at my computer. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm not completely blind without my glasses. I just can't read things at a distance. Stuff in the distance is blurry. But I can read close-up things. And, I still, it's not like, when I was at Nettie's last night, one of her daughters was joking about, no, I'm completely blind without my glasses. Like, if I take them off, people sitting just over there are a blob. I'm like, no, but people aren't blobs. They're slightly blurry, but I can still see them. I like that. Abigail asking Chris if he also has a gun near his bed. He goes, no, I have a baseball bat. I'm civilized. So how did I feel this morning? I was fine. I had a very slight headache. I realize I got pretty drunk on the stream last night. Also because Abigail and Nettie and I went out to a tiki bar before the stream and had a couple of very nice, quite strong drinks in the tiki bar before we did the live stream. And then I drank a bit on the stream. Because, when we decided to finish at about 1 a.m., I think Nettie said she was tired. And I'm like, yep, I'm tired too. End the stream. And then I fucking crashed on Nettie's lounge and slept fucking solidly, just blacked out for 4 or 5 hours. I woke up and it was like 6 a.m. And I thought, I should go home. And I honestly wasn't feeling great. And I got my shit together and took a tram home. It was not my favorite tram ride of all time. And as I mentioned earlier, by the time I got home, really needed to poop. But then I got literally got my shit sorted, got in bed, and I just fucking blacked out for 4 hours. It was not bad sleeping on Nettie's lounge. Like, I slept really solidly for 4 or 5 hours on Nettie's lounge. But then I got home in my beautiful comfy bed and just fucking lost consciousness for 4 hours. And I woke up thinking like, if it's like 9:30 or later, I'll get up. And I looked at the time and it was 11:30. And I was like, well, okay, I'm definitely getting, I've just been out of it for 4 hours. Okay, this is a class fucking drink. This is good. This is quite high on my list. It's like somewhere between an 8 and 9 out of 10. And again, the angry drink rating scale out of 10. 6 out of 10 is kind of disappointing. And that's whether I make it or whether I order it somewhere. 6 out of 10 is kind of disappointing. Would not order, would not make that again. Less than 6 out of 10 that is shit and someone should be embarrassed. I don't feel like I would ever make a cocktail that I would rank at less than 6 out of 10 because I think I'm good enough at knowing how things work together that I can see a recipe and go, that'll work or that won't work. I think it's extremely unlikely I would make a cocktail that I end up ranking at less than 6 out of 10. I think it's also unlikely that I'd buy a cocktail in a bar that I'd rank at less than 6 out of 10 because they tend to not sell shit at bars. So 6 out of 10 is the not getting it again. 7 out of 10 is good. It's like, okay, no, that was good. But because there are so many great cocktails in the world, good isn't good enough. And I probably would not make or order that again. It's like 7 out of 10, can't really fault them. It's a good cocktail. But because there are so many great cocktails, I'm not going to do this one again. 8 out of 10 is a great cocktail. 8 out of 10 is yes. Would definitely order this again, or if it's one I made, would definitely make it again. 9 out of 10 is I want another one now. And Dr. Abigail, yes, the Tiki Bar, the Luau was great. I think we probably all agree. We had 2 drinks each. I think we all agree the drinks we had were between 8 and 9 out of 10. They were great drinks. Would definitely have them again. Definitely 8 out of 10 drinks. They were great. Chris, you'd rate your ex 6 out of 10. Definitely disappointing. Safa. The drinks I had last night weren't extra strong, not in the Tiki Bar, but in this particular Tiki Bar, I have had their zombie, which costs more than 50% more than their other cocktails. But that's because they are not fucking about. Their zombie has a fuck ton of rum in it, including some overproof rums. I had it once and I just felt progressively more drunk over the next hour as the alcohol from this cocktail worked. I reckon the Luau's Zombie is the strongest drink by a significant margin. I think it's the strongest drink I've ever had at a venue. I will go out on a limb and say that now. Melbourne Tiki Bar, the Luau, their Zombie is by a significant margin the strongest drink I've ever had at a venue. It's a beast. It is a fucking beast. So Abigail, I think we should go to that Tiki Bar again. But next time I'll plan it. I'll actually wear my Tiki shirt. I was wearing one of my cocktail shirts last night, and the reaction was funny because there's one of the guys who was serving, because the shirt I was wearing last night had a lot of different cocktails on it. It had the names of cocktails, and it said somewhere prominent, it said gin and tonic. And this one guy was going like, we don't serve gin and tonics. Like, gin and tonics, bleh. And I don't drink gin and tonics, honestly. But he's going, oh, we don't serve gin and tonics. But then the guy who owns the bar, he loved the shirt. And he's saying, he's like, no, we've got to get this guy in. That shirt's great. Love it. He's got to come in here. But next time we should plan it, and I'll actually wear my Tiki shirt next time, and I think they'll really be into that. Yeah, Abigail, we might go, because they do food. We had little snackies. I kind of feel like going in there earlier one night and having food and drinks. If you follow me on the socials, I did post a picture of one of the drinks I had, and there were these skeletons in the decor. The decor is just over the top tiki. It's a very fun venue, and I'm glad they survived COVID, because a couple of my favorites didn't. Okay, I'm doing my annoying thing. Every time I sip this drink, I'm like, that is a good drink. Yeah, Abigail, I think we need to tip them. I think we need to slide some money across the bar and go, good sir, could we turn down the music a smidge? We just give them a tip. Just say, look, I'll give you a tip if we turn down the music a smidge. Because it wasn't abusively loud, but it was a little bit loud. Yes, we should get a booth next time. We should book. They apparently take bookings. We should arrange it. I don't know, maybe because, we don't want to give any secrets away, but we're talking about having a visitor in a while. We should maybe book an evening in the luau. That just kind of seems like fucking fun, quite honestly. We should book a booth in the luau and just say, yeah, like, man, yeah, we just intend to be here. We're going to be here. And we'll see. Oh, man. This drink's okay. This is good. Like most of the time when I make a drink, I go, no, I like it. This drink, like the one I made when I was wearing the caftan, that was good. That was a 7 out of 10. That was good. I like that. This is an 8+ out of 10. This is really nice. Safa, how far from Southern Cross is the bar? It's. You mean from Southern Cross Station? It's not that far. You get a tram down to it. It's it's just behind Melbourne Town Hall, actually. Safa, I don't know how much you remember of the Melbourne CBD, but if you happen to cross Melbourne Town Hall, this bar is literally just behind Melbourne Town Hall in Side Street. So what street would that be? It's like Flinders Lane. It's Little Collins Street. It must be on Little Collins Street. The luau must be on Little Collins. You know what? I'm on the internet. I could look it up. So the luau, it's Little Collins Street. So the luau, Luwow, the luau, is on Little Collins Street, just behind Melbourne Town Hall. Very easy to find. And there's a couple of fucking great places just near it. The Gin Palace is... I kind of had the idea that we might also go to the Gin Palace, but we were just having such a good time in the luau, we stayed there. Both Dr. Abigail and Unnamed Channel are surprised I'm on the internet. Yeah, it's a secret. I the whole time we've been conversing, I've secretly been on the internet. So that's the thing. Yeah, on the one level, because we had such a good time in the luau, I want to do it again. On another level, I want to go to some other bars just to go through some other bars. Oh fuck! Just took the little foil thing off the Never Never thing. Yes, Unnamed Channel. I've been doing this all through fax. This has been a fax I've been sending you the whole time. So for what if... No, I get what you're saying. What if Google made its own closed-off internet? Okay. I'm just going to look up on maps. I keep forgetting the name of this bar. Oh, shit. What was that? That is just near the luau. No, not Bar Ampere. That's its name. Ampere, Bar Ampere, which is literally just around the corner from luau, but we never moved from luau because we were just having fun. Yeah, the Gin Palace and Bar Ampere are both just like within 50 meters of luau. There's like basically 3 good bars within about 50 meters of each other. Lee, hello, how you doing? Again, my personal notes, I don't know how late luau stays open, but the Gin Palace and Bar Ampere stay open till 3 a.m. if they have clientele. And also, they serve food to 3 a.m. Gin Palace is simple. Like Mrs. Anger and I have had a cheese platter at the Gin Palace, and it was a fucking great cheese platter. But Bar Ampere does stuff like burgers and whatnot, till 3 a.m., which is fucking wicked if you're doing a late night thing. It's like being able to get a drink and a burger to 3 a.m. is fucking great. Oh dear. Yeah, Safa, there are a couple of licensed venues in the Melbourne CBD that also do food till 3 a.m., which is pretty goddamn good. And there is one or two like McDonald's and Hungry Jack's in the city that are 24 hours, which again, it's not the worst. It's not my first choice, but it's also not the worst thing in the world if you're fucked up and it's 4 or 5 a.m. and there's a McDonald's or a Hungry Jack that will give you some food. That's not the worst thing in the world. That is absolutely not the worst thing in the world. So, but yeah, no, I have a soft spot for Bar Ampere. They do nice drinks and nice food. And yeah, Safa, you for stuff like Bar Ampere, you're paying a little bit more for being that late, but it's a convenience. I mean, I know there's at least one bar I know that keeps running to 6 a.m. I don't think they do food, but there's a couple places in the CBD that have a liquor license that's, I don't know, 24 hours. They'll still be serving you drinks at 6 a.m. if you fucking survive. And I did that a few years ago for the Melbourne Web Fest. What's the place called? Storyville. They have a license till 6 a.m. And so after Melbourne Web Fest, which was the festival of web video, it was awards night, it was all over, went out. So we had 3 venues to go to. Immediately after was in Federation Square. So we were in one venue where the presentations were, and there was like food and drink. It's good. Okay, now we're going to the Gin Palace, which has a 3 a.m. license. We went to the Gin Palace and had a drink there. Okay, now we're going to Storyville, which has a 6 a.m. license. And I didn't stay till 6, but I was there till 4 or 5. I survived till 4 or 5 a.m. And then I was just like, fuck it, I'm going home. And the Storyville is on 3 or 4 levels. It's lots of levels. And I went down, and I went out, and I was thinking, I think by now trams are running again and I can get a tram home. So I left Storyville and came out, and it was like into Lonsdale Street. And I was going to go up to a tram stop, but I got to Lonsdale Street, and there was like a taxi stand, and there was a taxi there. And I think, okay, I think that's a message from God. There is a taxi right there, and that will just fucking take me home with no drama. And so I did. I just got in the back seat and I went, dude, here's my address. Take me home. And again, a taxi, notably more expensive than a tram, but also just no drama. And I literally just walked out and went, oh, there's a taxi. It's like there's a glow around it going, this will take you home. And it's like, yep, let's do that. Let's do that. Just looking at the chat, we've got beef jerky fans. Safa, do I eat nuts with cocktails? And beef jerky with... Again, salty stuff. You're on your money, Safa. Salty stuff with alcohol is pretty good. Unnamed Johnny, you think I'm on mushrooms? Not tonight. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen on New Year's Eve, though? Oh my God, that's a good drink. That is going down in my books as a good drink. I'm going to make this, I think I'm going to make this one for Mrs. Angry and say, what do you think of this? Abigail has a food dehydrator. You can make jerky if you want to. Nice. I'm not a fan of jerky. I'll go on the record. I'm not a fan of jerky. Nuts, salty nuts with drinks, very good. I'm not a huge fan of jerky. Like an ex of mine was South African. There is this dry. There are 2 South South African dried meats. The equivalent of jerky is called biltong. And then there's this dried sausage. It's called boerewors, which is not bad. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of dried meat. See, Kirsten, South African, you like biltong. Yeah. And I think I actually side with you. I would go biltong over jerky. I would probably go dried boerewors over biltong, actually. Or am I getting that wrong? Is dried boerewors biltong? I don't know. Kirsten, I think, will correct me on this front. Oh, fucking hell. I've got to make this one. I've got to make this one for Mrs. Angry and see what she thinks of it. So, Abigail, everyone knows I like sausage and nuts. Yeah, well, I was wearing a caftan earlier, so. Oh my God, maraschino cherries. So fucking good. Thank you. Okay. I knew you'd help me out, Kirsten. Dried boerewors is biltong. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I definitely go biltong over jerky. So that's like a dried sausage, basically. It's very yummy. And it's really funny. Okay, because I live in like the bagel belt in sorry. I misunderstood you, Kirsten. You said dried boerewors is not biltong. Okay, yeah, no, I thought that. Okay, I'm off with the pixies, but you're saying both dried boerewors and biltong are fantastic. Yeah. The South African sausage boerewors tends to be sold. It's sold in a spiral, which is kind of funny. Just a spiral sausage. It's kind of funny. So I live in the Bagel Belt, the most Jewish part of Melbourne through the eastern suburbs. But also from where I am to further out, you get the South African Jewish population. So you like Southland supermarkets have a whole bunch of South African gourmet dishes. It's kind of funny. Okay, I was going to. Okay, I'm in two minds at the moment. I was going to make my favorite cocktail of the year for the collaboration, which is a Woodson and Ford. So what is it? It's like 11 now. I could have one more cocktail before I go to bed. I don't know. Yes, Kirsten, there are a few South African shops in Melbourne, none in Sydney. There's one not far from me called the Safa, the SAFFA, the Safa shop, sells all sorts of South African stuff. And in fact, I think there's 2 outlets of the Safa shop. Unnamed channel. Is Dr. Abigail got 151k subs or you got the wrong account? I think you've got the wrong account, but I'm not sure. Daniel Granule, your favorite thing was trying to explain Slim Jims versus biltong to your South African friend. It's like, so a Slim Jim is like biltong, but it sucks. I remember we had a stream a while back, Grasshopper, who was on the stream earlier, and he's hopefully getting some sleep now. But he was driving, like he's being an, I don't think it's for Uber, but let's just say he was an Uber driver. And he was I think he's in Nevada, and he was at this huge fucking service station. There was like, I don't know, 50 petrol pumps, but he went into the convenience store with a camera, and he was streaming to us, and there was a fucking wall of jerky. This petrol station convenience store in Nevada, like outside of Vegas, had a wall of jerky. There were like 20 or 30 flavors of jerky on this wall. It's fucking hilarious. Okay, I'm just kind of thinking, I think I am somewhat inebriated at the moment. I think I know what I'll do. I think I'll do a really short video for Vino for the my favorite cocktail of the year, the Woodson and Ford. I'll describe the Woodson and Ford and say, I like it so much, I've made a bottled version of it. And I'll just say what the ingredients are and go, I could make one, or I could just get a bottled one and just pour it in my glass. Woodson and Ford. Cheers. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that because I could do that really quickly. Daniel Granule, American petrol stations, quarter candy, quarter jerky or biltong, quarter fountain sodas, quarter lottery, cigarettes, alcohol. Yeah, no, fucking Grasshopper gave us a tour. No, not Grasshopper, Gecko. Grasshopper is in Sydney. Gecko is in the US. Gecko gave us a tour of this huge fucking petrol station that had a huge fucking convenience store. And there was just this wall of jerky. It was amazing. It was fun. It's good fun. Okay. All right, I'm going to really quickly make Woodson and Ford on liquor.com. They say to make it with Laird's bottled in bond, apple brandy, Zabaka 23 rum, sweet vermouth, Benedictine, and whiskey barrel bitters. But I just fucking made a bottle of it. Yes, Daniel, a gas station. But again, we think gas is a vapor. And yes, in Australia, we mean a servo. False Frog. Am I part of the Velvet Glove podcast? I'm going to be honest and say no. But if it will gain me any benefit, I will lie and say yes. I'm not part of any podcast. I did try and run a podcast for a while, and I wanted to have various people as guests, and I couldn't maintain it. So, I fucked it off, essentially. Daniel, you reckon that sounds like a bot? You could be right, man. You could be right. And I think you know Twitch far better than me. Oh, no. There you go. False Frog replied, you sound like a bot. Okay, so False Frog's not a bot. But Daniel, I think you were very shrewd to think. False Frog must be an Aussie, just replying with cunt. That's pretty. Sorry, Daniel, are you asking when did I stream last? I streamed last night. Or unless you're talking to False Frag. So you did hours ago. I was too preoccupied. Oh God, dude, I've got to follow you on Twitch. Oh, you're asking False Frag. Going aggro. Okay. I'm going to keep an eye on what's happening here. I'm not going to go off and make a video yet. I might drink some. Okay, the ice has melted a bit, so I'll drink a little bit of water. Oh, that was refreshing. Maybe I'll put another bit of ice in my glass and drink some more water. That might be good for me. I think Mrs. Angry is still awake, which is very likely. She's playing The Last of Us. I normally go to bed at 10 o'clock. The streams normally end at 10 o'clock. Friday night's different. Every second Saturday night can be different. Most of the streams finish at 10 o'clock. And then I go to bed because I am a creature of habit. But Mrs. Angry usually goes to bed at 10. And I think I hear her in the next room. She's still awake. Kirsten is going to, speaking of bedtime, Kirsten's going to bed, to sleep, perchance to dream of kitties. I'm super excited at the idea of you getting kitties, Queen Kirsten. And I want to see whatever kitty you get and know what the kitty's name is. Because I think we're now both bound to name next kitty after alcohol. It is what it is. All right. So Daniel, your gal's running. Oh, Jesus, 101 fever. Wish you luck. You don't get Corona Christmas. God damn, dude. Christ, we're all fucking facing that, man. It's almost like everywhere around the world is getting record Corona cases right now. Mostly, but not solely, because of the Omicron variant, which seems super transmissible. We don't yet know to what degree it creates serious illness, or God forbid death. Oh, God, your gal works in a hospital. Shit. Okay, fucking hat tip to anyone working in the health services, because that's just so fucking stressful. Okay. Get myself a big block of ice from my big ice cube tray. I fucking love huge blocks of ice. So I tend to find ice cube trays that do very big blocks of ice. And this is my really big ice cube tray. False frag. Over boiling. You think they're a pot? Dude, I don't even know what's happening there. Right. Huge fucking cube of ice. Ice cube tray empty. I need to fill it up before I go to bed. But for now, I'm just going to put the ice cube tray over here. And then I'm going to get some water. Still think I will do the Woodson and Ford video before I go to bed. But I will pace myself and we will see what's what. I'm just getting some water now. I need to drink some water. Wasser. Also, how much water is in my water reservoir? And that's still pretty good. Still pretty good. All right. Got to keep an eye on it. I don't want it to run out. It would fucking suck if the water reservoir ran out. Hey, that's all right. Here you go. Thought I heard you talking. It's very unusual. Oh. Daniel, I gave myself away with using my arm to steady myself on the chair. Very drunk pose. Yep. No, that's fair. I kind of gave myself away there, just wanting to steady myself on the furniture. Saf, I know the ice cube tray did not come with the fridge. I sought out the ice cube tray. Sometimes water is very good. Oh, that drink of water is very good. I seek out ice cube trays that make large ice cubes. I got that very large one from the Bitters Lab in Fitzroy. But then I got my medium large ice cube trays. They have them in a few homeware shops, but I'm particularly fond of the one I got from the Bitters Lab that's really fucking big ice cubes. False Frog, yes, those trays, they're great for scotch. A big solid cube of ice chills your beverage without diluting it too much. I like a little bit of water getting into whiskeys, essentially, because I think that actually opens up the flavors a bit. When I'm tasting and comparing spirits, particularly when I'm tasting stuff for the first time, I like to first have it just have it straight and room temperature and taste what that's like. And like, okay. And then I like to put some ice in it, which will chill it a bit and also will dilute a little, put a bit of water into it, which tends to open up flavors, and then you get a whole new thing. But again, people who watch the stream regularly will... Sorry, I got the hiccups now. people who watch the stream regularly will be familiar with me doing that. Yeah, you get some particularly whiskey wankers who go, no, never use ice. No, you just got to do it straight. And it's like, okay, whatever, dude. If that's your thing, yeah, do it. But don't fucking tell me what to do. Don't have a lot of time for people telling me what to do. And again, the fucking wankers, man. And again, this is a semi-regular discussion on the stream of the worst sort of wankers with beverages. And whiskey wankers, definitely the worst, definitely the most tiresome, the most annoying. And then I think wine wankers are second. Rum wankers come third. And there's actually a really sharp drop off. It's like whiskey wankers and wine wankers. There's not a huge difference between them, and they're the like worst sort of wankers. There's a significant drop off to tier 3, and that's the rum wankers. They exist and they're fucking annoying, but they're not as bad as whiskey wankers or wine wankers. And I think tier 4 is probably me, which is the anti-vodka wankers, cocktail wankers. I think that's me. And then we had fun in various streams talking about what other sorts of wankers are. There's beer wankers. There's definitely beer wankers. There's chocolate wankers. There's tea wankers. It's kind of like in everything. There's people who are wankers. Daniel Graniola on Twitch. They don't think they have Sonic drive-ins in the land down under. No, we don't. But there's 1 or 2 active drive-ins in Melbourne. False frag. Rum wankers will roll you for a durry. Daniel Graniola. Yeah, you confirm I'm a tier 4 wanker. Vodka. Okay, what vodka is good for is as a base, because I use vodka for infusions. It's a neutral base for infusions. Just in cocktails, it's like, yeah, okay, it gets you pissed. If you don't like the taste of alcohol, you have a fruity cocktail with vodka in it, and you'll get pissed without ever tasting alcohol. But I argue the merits of cultivating a taste for alcohol. So it's basically any vodka cocktail can be improved by substituting vodka for almost any spirit, whether it be white rum or gin or whatever, or tequila. You can make a better drink. But like I have friends who like to drink vodka neat, and a quality vodka drunk neat is its own thing, and I'm okay with it. It's just vodka in cocktails. I just think that's bullshit. Because I like to cultivate a thing where you taste the components. Like, again, I was talking earlier about the tiki bar I went to with Dr. Abigail and Nettie last night. A shortcoming of a lot of tiki drinks is they tend to just taste like fruit juice. Tiki drinks are basically a bunch of rums and a bunch of fruit juices. And a lot of them Jesus Christ, that fridge just started making a loud noise. A lot of tiki drinks are very unsubtle, and they just taste like fruit juice. They got a lot of really sweet fruit juices and syrups, but the fucking luau, their drinks, yes, you tasted the fruit juice, you tasted the sweetness, but the spirit taste was still there underneath. They were actually, luau made really nicely balanced drinks. So you were tasting the alcohol. It wasn't kicking you in the head. It wasn't burning your tongue or anything like that. But you were tasting the alcohol, and you were also tasting the sweeter stuff that was mixing with it. Their drinks were quite wonderfully balanced, honestly. So if you reckon all of the UK is tea wankers, you might be right there, honestly. Daniel, see, when you said you confirm I'm the tier 4 wanker, anti-vodka wanker, I think it's very important to acknowledge your own sort of prejudices and behaviors. Dan, you're saying vodka could taste like a gin or like a rum. Vodka, by legal definition, is meant to be neutral. Vodka is a neutral grain spirit. If vodka has a flavor, technically, it isn't meeting the definition of vodka. But again, like I said, Dr. Abigail is one person who likes drinking vodka neat. And yes, I've tasted various vodkas. I've got some Crystal Head vodka up there, which is, it's quite nice to sip. And in fact, the last one I had was a fucking huge Costco vodka bottle. That's a thoroughly decent drinking vodka. But I had that. Young Mr. Angry used it to make some infusions for a party, like dissolved Jolly Rancher candies in it to color and flavor it. So vodka's good for being a neutral base that you add flavors to. Yeah, see, Dr. Abigail, I'm with you. Quality vodkas are worth like sipping or even just doing a shot on. But in terms of cocktails, I like a cocktail to be multi-layered. If vodka is in a cocktail, you're simply not going to taste it. It's going to get you pissed, but you're not going to taste it. But yeah, I mean, also, each to their own is what I'm going to say. Daniel, gin or rum are pre-colored. A proper gin is clear, but it's flavored with botanicals. And again, the first stage of gin is, well, no, the second stage of gin is vodka. It basically goes, you have a mash build, which is essentially like a beer. It's a fermented thing. And then you distill that, and what comes out of that is vodka. And then you redistill that with botanicals to create the flavor, and that's gin. Rum is sugar or molasses based, and rum tends to get its flavor from the barrel it's aged in. So the distilling and aging process is what gives rum its character. And that's why you get such a huge spectrum of, like, white rums with not much flavor. They're aged in a new barrel, so they don't take on color or and whatnot. But your darker and funkier rums, they get aged in barrels that have been used for something else, and they take on that color and flavor as well. False Frag, you got to go to bed. I think I got to go to bed. You're glad I'm not the person from the podcast. Nice. But I sound like a person you hate. Well, whatever works for you, my friend. Whatever works for you. Okay, 11:20. I am now torn between making another cocktail. I don't think I will. I don't think I'll make another cocktail. I think I'll finish this water and go to bed. And I think on Sunday night, I'll make 2 cocktails. I'll do the Woodson and Forward, and I will do the Winter Manhattan tomorrow night. False Frag, just do it. No, I'm going to go to bed because I hit it pretty goddamn hard last night, and I am inebriated at the moment. And Mrs. Angry's only just gone to bed, so if I finish up now, okay, I'll go to 11:30. I know she won't be fully asleep. I'll go to bed. I think I'm just going to finish my water and then go to bed. Daniel, you were going to vote cocktail, but I made a convincing argument. Yeah, no, I'll just make a couple cocktails tomorrow night. Do Sunday night stream, make a couple more cocktails. And also because I'm lazy, don't want to do extra thing. I think I'll just keep this shirt because I've only worn it for like an hour or two. Won't throw it in the laundry basket. I'll rewear this shirt tomorrow for the cocktail stream. Yeah, I'm not going to bed quite yet. I'll finish this water. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Some nights, you know, I like to hit it pretty hard, but tonight I am definitely inebriated. Probably only half Tim Smithed, which is to say I definitely would not drive a vehicle at the moment because I'm definitely over the legal limit. But I'm also not a piece of shit like Tim Smith. And so I'm not going to drive a vehicle. If I had my Woodson and Ford now, I would be much closer to completely Tim Smithed. But I'm just going to show one of my rare moments of clarity and maturity and go, oh, you know what? That's okay. I had a couple of drinks tonight and I feel good. And I'll just go to bed feeling good and I'll sleep and I'll wake up feeling refreshed. And then I'll do a couple of drinks tomorrow night. I think I will definitely I'll do the Woodson and Ford and my Winter Manhattan. And that's the Winter Manhattan, my own creation. Okay? Just saying. I make creations. I'm a creation. And I'll probably start because I've still got, after all the fucking things, look at this. That's 3 fucking drinks. This is one of my clarified cocktails. This is the one that kind of tastes like chocolate. Ugh. That's like 3 drinks or 2 very large drinks in there. I'll probably start off tomorrow's stream with one of those. And then I'll be tempted to do a martini again because my freezer martini just tastes so fucking good. And then I'll ease into it being dark and having a couple of cocktails, a Woodson and Ford and a Winter Manhattan. It's really funny because the majority of people who watch my cocktail channel on YouTube are the Northern Hemisphere. And by majority, I mean like 75%. So if I do seasonal stuff that are about my seasons, it's going to be completely wrong for the majority of my audience. So in the middle of summer, I'm making winter drinks and vice versa. Sorry, I just had an itch on my ankle and I was scratching it. But, you know, it is. Cocktails are universal and timeless. But I think I've drunken my Wasser. So you all have a good evening and look after yourselves. I am going to go to Sleepy Bobo's now, and we'll be back for a Sunday night stream, which will hopefully be a bit of fun, where I will have a couple more drinks. And again, much like tonight, not get really arseholed, but be pleasantly inebriated, as opposed to last night, where I think the fact that I can't remember clearly speaks to, I got pretty pissed last night. It's not a blank. Last night's not a blank, but I realize I drank enough to be quite vague on the details. But anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. So you all take care of yourselves. Hopefully see you again soon.